I have my hair.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Baxter's Tavern of Tales, Houses of Barovia. How is everyone tonight? Can I get some happy Baxters in chat, please, that we got Streamlabs to listen?
Work.
Sorry, happy Baxter. Oh,
What?
God. My computer is just not a fan of. There we go. Welcome, everyone. All right, I didn't pre-write my preamble, so it's gonna be messy again. I feel like I'm gonna write one every other week, and that's just gonna be the running gag now. Is one week I'll have a nice little script to read, and the other week I'm just gonna stumble through it. So first off, actually, does anyone have announcements while I pull something up here?
The announcements is Andrew.
Yo.
You're an amazing DM, and I love you.
Thank you.
Andrew, you're fantastic, and I want to be just like you when I grow up.
Oh yeah, for context for everyone while they're sucking up, I am, it's my birthday today. I am now officially old. I am 28, which means I'm an adult for a decade, and now it just never gets better from here. This is it. I wasted the opportunity to get better.
Birthday?
We know what we must do, right? You know what we must do.
Look, I got the cake right here.
I mean,
I'm concerned. I don't know.
I'm gonna refrain from the things that popped in my head there.
But, just see them me later.
No, it was. Anyways, happy birthday, you.
Yeah, happy birthday, Andrew.
Sexy human.
Thank you. Thank you.
Andrew. Happy birthday.
Usually we're just charging.
I'm sorry. I don't have a cake to pop out
That's
of.
fine.
With sparklers.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move on to less of a positive topic. So going forward, for those who haven't seen the big controversy around Critical Role and live events and live shows and trigger warnings, it's very difficult to do a trigger warning for a show that is like a D&D game where it's very, very broad. However, going forward, what we'll do is I'll actually have a slide that does this later, but I'm just going to go through. Basically, I had all the players do the consent checklist, and then I compiled it into one checklist. And what I'm just going to say is that these are the things that won't happen. These will absolutely not be happening in the show. They will never happen live, and if they do, like, you'll watch the show go down immediately as we figure out what the fuck. So as ever, first off, it's an 18+ stream. You had to click the little 18+ button if you haven't here before to get there. So that's your first thing. Second off, obviously trigger warning for triggers because these are triggers. That's the whole point. Things that will never, absolutely not happen on stream. There will be no mention of, other than right now, I guess. There'll be no mention of unaliving and hurting oneself. There'll be no mention of SA, and there will be absolutely no explicit sex on screen, like role-played out explicit sex. That's it. That's all of the no's. Oh, one more thing. There will be no real-world religion. Although, like, that's because it's a fantasy setting and we don't use real-world religion in it. That's it. So, if you have very serious triggers that fall outside of those 4 things, be aware that they could come up and there will be no warning because I don't know when they're going to come up necessarily organically because of how roleplay works. So that's what I'll do going forward. I'll just have a little slide that pops up right before the show during the intro, which I'm still editing, but it'll be cool when that's done. Yeah. So now that we've got that out of the way, we can move on to announcements. I was gonna have an announcement, but now I realize I lost my guest tomorrow, so I'm gonna have to find a new guest for Baxter's tune-up, Baxter's subclass tune-up. So we'll figure out that, and then I'll post it as soon as I let you guys know.
I don't think I have anything going on tomorrow.
You want to fill in words?
Potentially. We'll talk.
It would have been funny if he was like,
I have nothing going on tomorrow, but
tomorrow? Did I say tomorrow?
1 to 3%.
Tomorrow's Monday. We're streaming Minecraft. Shit.
Here is the schedule for the usual shows. Yeah, I guess that's it. Does anyone have any announcements outside of the usual, check me out on these places, do that thing, be here?
I'm gonna be streaming some random video games throughout the week. I'm probably gonna be streaming tomorrow at 1 p.m. EST, some Minecraft, because I need to start streaming again.
Yeah, that's
It's
what we
been a
gotta do.
minute. I
There-
exist.
There's just the rundown of the things that I'm a part of. You'll also like, if you like seeing my face and also Patrick's face, come see us Wednesday on my channel, Words for Sale, where I DM a campaign there. They're discovering some pretty traumatic things at the moment. And then I'm also on Tuesdays, That One Blonde Nerd, and this place here that you're seeing me currently. Where else am I? I'm like all over the place. Come find me.
Get extra points for every new location you find them in.
Yeah,
I'll pay you
there's-
in food.
there's some hidden places too. Like there's like
Oh
a,
yeah,
there's like-
I've seen it.
there's like a Zelda hidden room full of treasure.
You just have to find
Yeah,
it.
definitely treasure.
It's full of something. All right. I'm gonna just turn this up just a touch. All right. Well, if that's it for announcements and such, let's.
Oh, I guess that's just it. Pat doesn't get to give any of
Does
his.
Patrick? Go ahead, Patrick. Sorry, you didn't jump in. I apologize.
Oh no, I didn't have any. I just wanted to be comically. obnoxious.
Well,
I've decided that I'm tired of telling people of where I'm going to be. So if you want to see me, figure it out. You know, like
Scavenger hunt.
Like, so the first location that you can find him at, I gave you a very good clue. And then from there, you follow the trail.
Once again, for every new place you find him in, I will give you some sort of food.
why
Your choice.
is the stream lagging, or is that just my computer failing? Yeah, if you want Patrick, you'll find Patrick.
yeah,
I mean,
I'm like
yeah, my webcam's
I'm like COVID. I'm there whether you want me to be or not.
And I'm just there, in the breeze, whispering in your ear.
And I'm contagious. And I turn the frogs gay.
That's
Hey,
why
that
I
was
got
my
gayer
job.
after being around you. That makes so much more sense.
I thought I was supposed to turn everyone gay.
Nope,
Welcome
not
out,
everyone. Frogs,
Um,
specifically and only frogs.
I'll do one of two things, and they all consist of blowing your mind. Not like
It's a
that,
sex
you
thing?
pervert.
It's like a sex thing.
I just heard blowing your, and I was like, oh,
Mind.
uh-huh.
That
Sorry.
shocked me so much I didn't sneeze.
You're welcome. And bless you.
Knocked me out of my sneeze, and I'm so mad about that.
It's
I think
because
that's
I'm a,
everything.
it's because I'm a poet, and I also do mental health advocacy. Jeez.
Uh-huh. I believe
I think
this.
that's everything, Andrew. Let's move forward.
Yeah. Why does this happen? Why does Streamlabs?
I don't know.
Why is Streamlabs fine all the other time, and then for some reason we go live, it's just like, no, I don't want to work. I don't understand. My internet's fine. Is the stream lagging, or is that just on my end? Is it just my
No,
internet?
I just look at it as like,
Yeah, I can see it as lagging.
yeah,
Why? Why is this happening?
I don't know.
Because you deserve this.
If they didn't hear everything that just went down,
I
I'm
think
I'm
they heard
gonna
everything.
I'm gonna be sad.
They heard it. Like, they
It's
were
just the
responding to
images.
it.
It's just the video
It's-
that's lagging out.
Yeah.
Yeah, Streamlabs
It's
hates
not-
Houses of Barovia, confirmed on stream. I'm just gonna jump out and roll back. Whoop! See if that works. Yeah, the audio is fine, which I guess is, you know, better than nothing, but like,
Yeah, at the end of the day, that's all that really matters.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because then you get to like hear.
yeah,
lovely
I just,
voices.
yeah, McNabb, you're almost certainly right. It's almost certainly some sort of encoding issue. I just don't know why we're having it when I've never had it before. All the other streams
Did you
were fine.
change Did you
I don't
change
touch
like the
things.
bitrate or anything?
No, I don't
No?
touch shit. I got someone to set up my settings for me, and then I was like, these are not being touched. It seems to be
Is there
smoothing
a-
out, so
Is there anything running in the background that you're not aware of?
no, I turned everything off. It might just be. Oh, you know what? Discord's lagging. It's not the stream. It's just Discord that's the problem.
Ah,
Interesting.
Discord just being Discord.
Yeah, Discord just being, I mean, free. So like, I guess I can't be too mad. Thank you for pointing that out. Thank you for pointing out Shadow, because that means it's not the stream. it is Discord, and there's little I can control about Discord. So I guess we deal with that. I love working over the internet. Someday we'll do a live show. It'll be great. I'll go on a little trip.
In the little magic ship?
On a magic school bus.
No, we don't. We don't make those deals. we don't mess with the magic school bus.
Can this just be a normal field trip?
Miss Frizzle.
All right. So, when we last left off, our heroes had left the village of Barovia to deliver a weapon and a letter to Matron Mourveaux of House Mourveaux, one of the other houses of Barovia. On the way, they met the eccentric, we'll say Eros, a satyr, and they agreed to travel together, as Eros seemed to have arrived similar to them, drinking poison from a mysterious stranger, which again is highly recommended, kids.
Yeah.
Oh, obviously, I forgot to say this. Obviously, we don't have Jet tonight, unfortunately.
What are you
they couldn't
talking
make
about?
it.
They're right there.
If people
Oh
couldn't
my
tell
god, they're right there.
by the lack of
Look
Jet.
how handsome he is, as always.
But along their journey, they ran across a gallows with a fresh corpse that spoke to them, and when they ignored it, it turned into a giant monster and tried to kill them.
That was pretty rude.
Yeah, it
For the
planted-
record, we were talking to it the entire time. We did not
Yeah.
ignore
Yeah.
We were nothing but
we were
polite.
throwing shade. No, we were throwing shade.
There was a joke about a dragon and a donkey fucking. Shrek references were made. It was great.
I found a diamond and a scroll of greater steed or something.
Yep,
You're
that
a
was
diamond
there
in
was
the
some
rough.
items.
Anyways,
And then they got
Karis,
two.
Karis just got mentally fucked.
Yeah,
literally.
Karis got one shot by the creature, critting him.
Yeah, he
Talk
got
about mine being blown.
Karis got a lot of things done to him that were not nice.
And then they reached Vallaki, where they were introduced to Matron Mourveaux, who is a 9'6" tall half-orc vampire lady. Who definitely just broke a vampire's neck with her bare hands. It was
Literal bare hands.
Bare hands.
Sorry. I'm like really ADHD right now.
It's okay. If people tuning in aren't here for the ADHD cast, I don't know what they're here for, because there's 5 of us. And that is shortly after that they were given rooms and then invited to dinner. So that is where the players are at currently.
Yeah.
Is in their new swanky digs. So, is there anything you guys would like to do before heading to the dining hall or being escorted to the dining hall?
Not going anywhere near those two, Renegar or Karis.
Something I would like to do just real quick is slightly update Eros' appearance because a few things have changed.
Okay.
One of which is the boy has fangs.
Okay.
There is a scar, a very large burn, across their left hip. And if you were to look across their shoulder, across their right shoulder, there is a very large scar.
Okay.
This one has changed.
And where are we currently again?
You guys are basically in adjoining rooms on the upper floor. Like, so when you run up, I don't know if you remember, there's the, when you entered it had the spiraling staircases, and then you came up past this, like, big door that had, like, this, like, woman's carving on it, and then escorted to rooms that were just, like, right beside there.
Okay.
So you guys are in adjoining rooms, but separate.
I think Karis is probably going to, like, definitely take a moment to center himself after what he just went through.
Okay.
Probably with the assistance of Lancelot and Galahad.
Okay. If you could go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Oh, dice. Yeah, I need those.
It's funny. It's weird how you need dice to play D&D. What a concept. While Sir Karis gets his dice, we'd like to bring a moment to talk about our sponsor, Monster. Monster Energy Drink does not actually sponsor us, but we would like them to, because at least
they did though.
at least two of our players are addicted to it. So
Jet literally drinks half of your stock, so great.
So like a wisdom saving throw or just a wisdom check?
saving. Wisdom saving throw is fine.
Okay, so that'll be a 26.
Okay. So taking a minute and just trying to really process these flashes of images. There are a few things that become apparent watching them. One, part of the reason they're so muddled is they're from different points of view. They're not, it's like a string of memories, or it's more like a ball of memories that have all been like mushed together, and they're not all the same person's memory. And so, so that's like the first thing you're starting to be able to grasp, like spending time looking at it. Second off, a lot of the memories are people dying very violently.
Oh, cool.
And so, and you get a sense that a lot of them were killed for the same reasons. But you can't tell what that reason is. But they're not random killings.
So, with the different perspectives and different people, is it all within the same like location, or is it different locations?
They look like they're all over the place. In fact, some of them look like they're not even from Barovia. The backgrounds and the architecture don't fit.
Do I recognize any of the people?
Make me just a wisdom check now. See if you can unmuddle some of these.
That is a 23.
Oh shit. Okay. So you recognize the person that was hanging. Or their voice anyway. The actual human that was hanging before they turned into the undead creature. You recognize... you see two people that are familiar to you. One is an elf and one is a human, but you're not sure how you recognize them, but there's something about them that's familiar. And you also recognize why can't I word today? You also recognize... Why is this hard? Why can't brain just say the name? I can see the name in my head.
Take a breath. Suck it.
You also recognize Nakaris. There we go.
Okay.
Being slashed across the throat.
All right.
But that one isn't from the killer's point of view. That one is from someone above watching the killer, watching it happen.
Okay. Do I see the killer?
Make a perception check.
Come on, keep the
Knocked over my monster.
good rolls coming. Keep apparently I wasted my good rolls because that's so total. That's a 6. and I rolled a 1.
I know someone was hovering A.
Yeah.
Correct the storyteller. I'm gonna give them a second to use it if they want to save it. If they want to save it for combat or use it on this.
So what?
There was someone who said they were saving it. They were hovering over correct the storyteller, and I was curious if
Come on, you want to do it? Give.
I have enough tokens for it, but I don't think I can use it.
Yeah, party members can't use it.
Yeah.
Come on, someone out there wants to know the tea.
So real quick, I
None
forgot to
of
say
you.
this is why I do a preamble, because otherwise my ADHD would forget. We have channel points. They're called Baxter coins. They are redeemed here at the tavern, and you can do things like buy a round, which is a hydrate or dihydrate. 3 cheers, give 1d4 inspiration, heckle a storyteller, choose a monster, receive disadvantage on its next attack, and correct the storyteller, which gives a reroll. But it looks like
You
buy a round, drink up.
did someone do it?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
Nope.
Hydrate check. Unfortunately, no. Looking, you can't make out who they are. They're just too masked in shadow.
I'm just for the sake of it, and this is up to you. Could I later try again?
Maybe.
Like, okay.
Yep.
All right, that would be okay. That I'm trying to think if there's any other questions I might have at the moment. I do not, unless there's any other things of note.
Nope, not from this experience.
Okay. Yeah.
Also, Ranagar, you got a 3 cheers when the stream started, so you have 1d4 inspiration.
It's always for Ranagar.
Because
It's
he's
okay, though.
delightful.
He is.
It's delightful.
So we're like, I'm sorry, I was social mediating to get people here. We're in like a place where we're sitting for a bit.
So you're in the castle, and you're each in your own individual like guest rooms, but they connect. They're adjoining. There's doors that connect them like a hotel room style.
Ranagar tries to go find Eros.
Okay. Eros is 1 room over.
Eros is not, in fact, hiding.
Ranagar walks in, real jovial like. He's like, "Oi! I thought we'd take a chance to get to chatting, you and me, about, and he sort of like gestures around, being dead, missions from God or whatever."
Visions from God?
No, like missions, like we're on a mission from a god, not like the god, but like our god, I think.
We are?
Wait, the elf that sent me through the tree, is that a god? Do I know that?
Ysera? No, Ysera is a dragon aspect. Like, close enough, but not quite a god.
Okay, well, that's gonna factor into what I'm saying. I guess that's a personal question. I was gonna ask if Ranagar would be so egotistical that he would think that the dragon aspects were gods.
Nah, he knows the difference. He's
I know he knows the difference.
he could be kind of,
When I say God, I mean basically. I mean, they should be gods, that's the point.
By all means, sure. Given our recent interactions, I'm definitely interested.
Remember the person, I don't know how you got here, I drank like a vial. I assume you did the same. Do you remember the person who gave it to you? Were they an elf? I think I asked you this already.
Mr. Fuzzy Face? Maybe. I have no idea. Frankly, they gave me a vial, said I could make some people have fun, and then they left. Well, I died. I'm gonna say that they left, because that makes me feel better.
Cool. I got told that I gotta, do a thing and save a place to break the curse. They weren't very forthcoming.
And considering you're, dead, I think you might have gotten the shit end of that stick, if I'm being entirely honest.
Yeah, but they could have just, like, killed me, though. Like, right there. It wouldn't have been, why do all this just to kill us?
Well, technically, you are dead. Technically, if I'm hearing this right, we all are very much so.
Well, I don't think this is the
And we all
afterlife.
seem to...
If
No,
I'm
it's-
dead, why am I still cursed?
Spite?
I don't think curses persist into the afterlife. Can I do an
Do we
arcane
have
check
any
on
way
that?
of knowing?
Would I know that? Oh, I can't hear you. I can't hear you, Andrew.
Oh, all right. There we go. How about that? Helps if I unmute myself. So, as far as anyone knows, there is no afterlife. When you die, the what is your soul is a little piece of divine essence, which is what gods are made of, and they use them to make their creations. And that goes up and it travels across this like big, long crystalline bridge to your god's world, and then gets put into a newborn creature, a newborn child, at that point. You actually walk along this bridge, and then as far as anyone knows, you just vanish. Like, you just stop existing. But no one's 100% sure, because people have been brought back from the dead. When you bring someone back from the dead, it's not like you bring their soul back. You get you basically ask the god who you're using, who's giving you revive or to give you a little piece of their divine essence, and you bring them back, so the brain doesn't transfer. So no one's 100% sure what happens when you die.
Wait, when you get resurrected, you have a new soul?
You have a new soul. You're the same person, your body's the same, your mind's the same, but you actually have a new soul.
Oh, I have so many more questions.
That was not...
that
Okay.
gives me so much existential dread.
Oh, yeah.
So because you have
That's
cult-
I made
horrifying.
resurrection very easy, but
The thing is, Karis has technically died once already.
I feel that.
Ugh. Alright, so would I know that? Would I know all that?
oh
Or would
yeah,
Rhaegar,
absolutely.
rather?
Yeah, resurrection magic is not very common, like it's very expensive, but it's known enough that people like know you can come back to life, and people know how that works.
Cool. I don't remember walking across no bridge to get here. And to point of fact, I still exist, so not dead.
I woke up in a ditch. If that's any sort of like afterlife and now that seems like a problem. Also, you're cursed. You're trapped. That involves your whole, right?
What? You cut out.
He's
at the
asking.
end.
That's fair. You're cursed. You're trapped. That has to do with your whole dragon thing, right?
Yeah, that's why I'm a kobold.
How old are you?
Older than the world. So, all of it. I am age.
Well, you haven't lost your spunk for such an old grandpa,
The trick
I think.
I've found is what? You ever start an improv sentence and then you're like, I do not have wizenly advice than an ancient dragon. I'm like, what's a wise thing to say? Oh boy, I'm trying to like think in character. This is funny for mostly Andrew. I've found the trick is to help others. Like, they might not think you're helping them, but what you do is you move in and you take over their entire civilization, and then you make it in your own image, and eventually the birth rates go up, and the child mortality goes down, and that's I measure myself doing a good job, if I'm honest.
So, they are free?
Sure, they're free in the way that any of us is. Who of us is really free? I'm just really leaning into the idea that Ranagar is American capitalism. Oh yeah, they're the freest. Nobody's got more freedom than us as long as you pay your taxes. You know, or I'll eat you.
Yes, that's right. How free are any of us?
The American capitalist talking to the Russian.
I was just thinking that too.
Ranagar has just accidentally given Eros an extreme sense of dread, but that's fine.
He's
Alright,
learning.
So,
He's... Why do you think he got
That
cursed? It wasn't
sounds-
because he was doing a good job.
no.
Wow, you
So-
know, this
so-
guy's really helping these people. We better curse him. Although that does seem like a thing gods would do.
It does. So, like, what type of dragon are you?
I don't remember, and it drives me fucking mad. What are these
You
colors?
know what?
And he
That's
just like looks
relatable.
around at himself. Maybe blue?
That's
I feel blue. Obadiah.
I mean, you could always just pick one and be like, yes, that is the one that I was. Until you know for sure.
Ranagar just sort of stares at you like the idea of choosing something like he's just like that as a foreign concept. He just stares at you. What you mean just pick? I don't get to pick.
You could. Or, on the contrary, you could say all of them. At any given point, you are one of them. Whatever the one you
Well, that's not how
fucking want.
fate works. I'll get told what to
It
do,
could be.
and then I do it. That's just how it's been.
Why?
Oh no. I've never
Exactly.
known anything different.
There's your problem. Well then, alright, come here. Come with me. And Rose is gonna get up and start walking out of the room, just like expecting Ranagar to follow.
Ranagar follows, deeply unsettled. I'm glad that we both deeply unsettled the other.
This is great. No, alright, so you're saying you've been starting along with never known any other way, you have no other choice, blah 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 blah, that's bullshit. So, I'm gonna learn you a thing or two right now. The first thing, you always have a choice. The second thing is, that choice is always going to be wrong. And guess what?
Ranagar just like nods along.
doesn't
Okay.
And it doesn't matter.
But if you
Being
don't,
wrong is the best fucking thing you can be.
well, I don't know about that. Last time I was wrong, I got turned into a kobold. Not that I was
Alright, then
wrong,
if you like.
you know.
Obviously, I'm not gonna the internalized skill you might have there, but that's entirely irrelevant, I'm sure. I'm sure everything you were doing was hugely. Aside from that, I had an idea, then I looked at you, and I think everything just left my brain because I have no idea what I was going to say to you anymore.
I'll have that effect on people.
So you guys have walked out of the room. Where are you actually walking?
I don't know.
Are you just wandering around the forest?
Eros was. Yeah, Eros was just wandering around with Ranagar,
Okay.
not wanting to be cooped up in one room with
Gotcha.
him.
So as you guys are walking, the guards don't stop you, but you do have a guard following you. Not like aggressively, just keeping an eye on you.
Hello, where are you going? Right.
Ranagar keeps an eye on the guard.
He's maintaining a respectful distance. Like he's definitely not like listening in or anything. He's just, you know,
Oh, Ranagar is speaking loudly enough that he'd
Okay.
like the guard to overhear him.
Roger.
Actually, I do
Until
have
he
a question
chooses
for you.
otherwise. Go ahead. I'm an open book.
I guess to put it bluntly, about everything we've been talking about, why do you care?
Why do I care? You mean about being a kobold?
Yeah, what? Why do you care?
Well, if I'm being honest, it's a bit itchy. And I can't reach things. And I do like flying. I don't know if you've ever done it, but it's pretty good. But this whole confined to the ground, being 2 feet tall, people treating you like shit, it's not my favorite thing, if I'm being honest. And I've had better.
Right, so change it.
Well, I can, but only for like an hour at a time. Which
No.
I mean, I suppose I could do like an hour on, and then take a rest, and then do another hour on. But that doesn't seem like any way to live.
Or you could find another way to fly. And you could find a way to make people respect you. Within reason, of course.
How am I supposed to learn how to fly? You mean like, you
Well,
mean like I like kill a bird and steal its wings?
not quite. I don't think it works that way, and I think you have of wings. But that's entirely
I
beside
don't
the
know.
point.
You could get. I'm a pretty small guy. I could find a big enough bird. Get myself like a great eagle. Just rip its wings off.
Sadly,
I feel like you're underselling this idea.
I think I'm thinking of an entirely different idea, but you know what? If you can make it work, I'm not going to stop you. Eros is smiling. That's for sure. Not sure how comfortable the smile is.
I'm quite enjoying this role playing task of trying to think of things that a character who has no concept of freedom would like be like, oh, I get what I get what you mean.
But the point is, the whole point is, you're the only one who's actually putting a limit on yourself, and you could, at any given point, just say, fuck it, and find a way to fix it. To learn how to fly, you want to fly again, that's one thing. That's it.
I was just thinking if Ranagar wants to reveal his conversation from the other night. I don't think he does. He just sort of like, I suppose you're onto something there.
And while you're at it, maybe find something you can only do as a kobold that you really enjoy, so that you can have more fun before you turn back.
You mean like when I bit that vampire's throat out? That was pretty fun. I mean, it tasted terrible, but you know, he never saw it coming.
There you go.
Nobody expects
That
the kobold.
Of course! You have the element of surprise! That's why you're so great at vandalism.
Oh, I am, aren't I?
You are. Speaking of, sometime later, probably not now because I'm kind of tired, but sometime later we should definitely go find like some old and just go ahead.
Well, that sounds good.
It does.
Cool.
Eros is going to look over to Redigar, sort of give him the most awkward head pat that's been seen, because Eros is not sure if Redigar likes head as expecting his hand to be bitten, given the past conversation. And then he's gonna flip his head. I have somewhere else to be at the moment. Come find me some other time. Or I'll find you, and we can go vandal some shit.
Ranagar kind of like is like, I don't like this. Like, remember at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy when Drax goes to pet Rocket and he's like, no, okay. He just sort of like leans into it. That's what I want you to imagine.
There you go. And then Eros is gonna go off to find the Karis.
Ranagar goes and finds Sir Karis.
Okay.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Nicaris, so Caris. So many
Uh,
Caris.
Will Eros and Nukaris. Where is Nukaris right now? Mix.
Nicaris is probably in the room if there's a at himself, seeing. This is the first time he's really looked in a mirror since he's been here.
Uh-huh.
And he's just noticing any changes or if he looks any different than what he remembers.
Okay.
He's just being very vain. Trying
Okay.
to point out any flaws he sees.
Eros.
Eros is going outdoors. Nicaris?
Oh, Eros. Yes. Hello. How's it going?
He'll walk in. It's going well. I was just thinking about the conversation that we had earlier. And I have a fascinating conversation with Ren.
Renigar? Oh, yes.
That is
Oh, they're a very fascinating sort. Yes. Very lovable, though. I do actually like them a lot.
uh-huh. They're
Weird,
quite
I like
entertaining.
If you want, next time that we're all together, I'll do this weird thing I can do with thaumaturgy, and it will make them dance around as they try to knock the little music notes away from their face. It's very adorable.
That sounds wonderful.
But you wanted to talk?
I wonder if he'd still do it if he looked like a dragon.
Oh, most likely, but he'd probably kill me.
Huh, that's what
I'm not much of a fighter.
Me neither.
You seem to handle yourself pretty well when we were fighting that weird shadowy thing and the zombies.
I can fight. I can fight. I fight because I have to. But that's beside the point. First of all, I wanted to see if you were up for a little vandalism later.
Maybe. We'll see how the night progresses.
I suppose we shall. And the other thing, you asked me right around when we first met about revenge. And I feel like my answer did you a disservice. When it comes to revenge, it's not worth it for you. The person who you're trying to get revenge on, they've already taken something from you. Whether it be your time, your energy, your pride, they've taken a lot.
They shouldn't take away mercy.
Not quite. You can never get that back. There's nothing you can ever do. And it sucks. However, getting revenge on them for a moment, it may hurt, will also keep them on your mind that entire time. You are not living for yourself at that point. And do you really? Would you rather be literally focused on someone else than like having fun and partying with people and like do anything you find entertaining?
I don't know what I'm living for. I didn't know before. At this point, I think I'm just trying to survive, not to live.
Enos is gonna walk closer to Nicaris and hold their hands out as a motion to touch them for a moment.
They'll pull the scarf up just a little bit, but nod.
Enos is going to cup Nicaris' face in both of their hands. You don't know what they're living for, so live for yourself. Live for yourself to be happy, to find what makes you happy. You don't have to have a purpose. Your purpose is to exist. You've already fulfilled it.
Who is me? And what the hell is happiness?
Well, that's something you can find out.
I guess. Now, there is a dinner. I need to get changed into something a lot more comfortable and a little bit more cleaned up as. And he's going to look back into the mirror and see, like, probably the dark circles underneath his eyes and some dirt, prestidigitation, to get cleaner. And magic can only do so much. So, I will see you later.
Eros is going to walk towards the door and stop for a second, and finding what you want to live, finding yourself are not two different things. And just because you learn to live for yourself does not mean you have to learn to live yourself alone. And Eros is going to walk out and look for suitable places where there aren't a lot of guards to draw a dick.
As soon as they walk out, I'm thaumaturging the door closed,
Okay.
and I am just going to breathe heavily.
All right. Eros, I'll come back to you in a second. Ranagar, going to Sir Karis. Sir Karis, after your
Yes.
little chill out session, what are you up to?
I think he's signing to Lancelot and Galahad what he saw.
Okay.
And trying to get their perspective and just kind of talk about what's going on.
Okay.
I think he's feeling pretty lost at the moment. Like, especially after that fight.
Wow, that's a natural 20. So Lancelot signs to you, and basically says that they were doing one of the things they're carrying is some books for, like, killing monsters, undead specifically, because Barovia, and that's still a threat. And they actually discovered what the monster is, and it's called an Allip. And
Allip.
yeah, an Allip, A-L-L-I-P. And so it is an undead creature that comes from a person, like a regular human being or a regular being who discovers some, like, massive secret, and they just can't process it. And when I say a massive secret, I mean, like, the true name of like a demon prince, or one of the 9 lords of hell, or a god, or some massive something so big that their brains actually can't comprehend it, and it'll slowly drive them crazy. Which you recall they had a sign around them when they were hanging that said madman, and then when they die, they turn into this creature, and then they just try and share the secret with other people because they can't process it themselves, and the idea is they try to share it with others.
Oh man, I wish I had listened to his secret.
Yeah, I guess, like, yeah, he's gonna sign. That's probably what he's seeing, like that. He signs like that's probably what I'm seeing, but it's broken, incomplete.
Yeah, they sign. Well, we didn't actually hear the secret. You just got blasted with it.
Yeah.
And you can see both of them as they say that, like, look at each other. You can see the concern in their eyes from remembering you.
Yeah.
Just getting insta dropped.
So do not worry about me. It seems I have reliable people around me as well. I should be safe.
They both
Even
sign and nod.
he says, even the dragon.
They both look at each other, and one of them's like, "The dragon breathed fire and it healed you." I don't know what I don't even know what to think anymore. Like you can see both of them are just, like, absolutely bewildered by that. They're like,
no, Karis is like any and all judgment from before is wrong.
For timing, I would like to kick in the door right then.
Perfect.
Oh, my end? Did it work? Cool.
Yeah. The door wasn't closed. It was just like a little, like it was like,
Oh, I
Such-
gotta hold
boom.
on. Knights of the Round Table.
Yeah, there's just a bang, slam, and all three of you kind of jump, and like one of them actually like grabs like a something off the table, like a letter opener to like defend themselves, and then there's just Ranagar, 2-foot tall Ranagar, striding into the room.
Does Ranagar see him do that?
Yeah. He turns around, he's holding like a letter opener at you. Then he kind of goes like, "Oh, okay."
What are their actual names?
Lancelot and Galahad.
Oh, I almost used Galahad. Good thing I checked. I'm gonna go with classic Percival. Oh, that's some good reflexes there, Percival. You almost had me. And then he comes
And
over.
Karis side is like, well, maybe not.
And he comes over and he's like, how are you? You took a beating earlier.
I am not going to lie. I am a bit shaken, but I will be fine.
Oh, well. D&D Beyond is down, so that's not good. What do I actually respond? Yeah, I saw that. You nearly died. Again.
Yes,
I prefer you didn't.
I would prefer that as well.
Look at us on the same page.
Who would have thought? But I must say, that creature.
Oh, do I know what it is by any chance? I know he looked it up, but can I do like a I've been around for a long time roll? Andrew?
Sorry,
Are
make an
you
Arcana
muted?
check. Sorry, I muted myself because I was playing with dice and I didn't want to distract you guys while you were doing some sweet roleplay.
Figured. Oh, my Arcana is garbage. All right. Bad. I rolled bad. I rolled an 8.
Okay, no, you were not sure what the creature was.
The scary hangman. Yeah, seen him all the time.
Well,
Fought a few in my day, if I'm not lying.
I'm sure. I'm assuming you would know that the creature's name is an Alep.
I certainly would. Go on though. Be very specific.
Yes.
As if I had no idea.
Yeah, it's like I'm teaching a child, almost, right?
Yeah, look, explain it to me like you'd explain to an annoying child.
I don't think that's going to be hard to do, but I will give it my best shot.
Well, I didn't know you were proficient in performance, but go on.
It's like, apparently, these creatures are manifested from beings that have discovered some profound secret. One so large and overwhelming that it drives them mad. And when they die, they become this thing. And all they can do is try to share it because they can't comprehend it themselves.
That sounds like a doozy of a secret. I wonder what it was. Did he tell you?
Kind of. I've been seeing things, images, flashes of different people and perceptions and horrifying deaths. I'm not quite sure what to make of it. And I don't know if I should say anything or not, but in one of them, I saw Nakaris. I saw their death.
You mean like the one that brought him here?
I would assume so, but it wasn't a poisoned vial.
Oh?
I'm sure you've noticed the scarf.
Yeah, he It'd be hard not to.
Yes. Have you seen what is underneath?
I
think-
honestly don't remember. I've rolled so many times.
I think everyone's seen it at this point. I think.
Yes.
I think.
I remember specifically Patrick has gotten low perceptions on every time the scarf
Yeah,
has
actually, I
come
think
off.
that's. I think the scarf one. Yeah, that's right. The time you would have seen
They've
it.
seen the energy, but they've not seen the scar.
I know Karis has.
Karis definitely has. Yeah. I'll check the VODs.
Ear-
Let's
No,
off
I'm not a
Renigar!
complete-
Renigar genuinely doesn't remember anyway. Because it's Renigar.
Well, I'm not a complete moron, so I've kind of figured out he's hiding something. I don't know specifically what.
Yes, it's not hard to discern that it is a source of.
I've noticed every time he casts a spell, something fucking weird happens. That's
Yes, something that is very concerning, and both Lancelot and Galahad have pointed out the disturbing nature of his magic, their magic.
yeah. He keeps
Um,
coming back to the same spell too. Really seems like he wants to explode.
There's, it's like there's scars there.
Tempting fate is what he's doing. Oh, is that what he's hiding?
Yes, but you was he there for the knife? See the knife? He
Yeah,
saw the
y'all,
knife,
y'all
right?
saw the knife. Everybody
Yeah.
saw the knife except Eros.
The
You
knife
know,
menorah. I recall the knife menorah.
a similar one was used to kill Nakaris.
Oh, well, that makes a lot of sense.
I didn't get a good look at the killer, and I might try to revisit those images again if I can tolerate it. But the perception that I saw was not of the killer, but someone above. There was another person. I don't know what any of this means, but I think it might be related to why we're here and what this place is.
Oh. How about that?
It's too. I don't know. There were other images, some people that I recognize, but I don't remember exactly where. But I'm positive this is all connected. Something is going on that we have yet to discover, obviously. But I think we should definitely be careful, especially on who we trust.
Well, people are glitching. All the vampires here are weird. The people who are dead are alive. Now that guy's special knife has shown up. I agree.
Yeah, it's
It's bloody weird.
And I want to say, Renigar, that while we may not have started off on the right foot, thank you.
Oh. Renigar has no idea what to do now. He just stands there awkwardly. Kind of like, I don't know what to do with my hands.
Just, don't tell the others I was nice to you.
I don't think they'd believe me if I did.
True. But genuinely, I am grateful that you are here, and I do recognize your strength.
Well, it's about
Whether-
time somebody figured out that having a dragon on the team was a good bet.
I am still unsure of your origin, but I do not disagree that you are at least mildly somewhat useful.
Wow, put a few more. What's
He just
one
laughed.
of those? What are those words where you put before a statement, usually in legal documents, that
like clarifiers?
yeah, put a few more clarifiers before that statement. Why don't you?
He just laughs, and then honestly, I think out of just reaction, he laughs and he goes down and slaps the back of Radagar, but probably a little bit too hard because he doesn't really know how to control his strength sometimes.
I would like Ranagar to jump forward and be like, "Oh fuck!" Well, yeah, good for you. He just like pats whatever is nearest by, and he's like, "Yeah, it's just about the same."
You hear it for the first time. It's been a long time since you've heard this, Karis, and this is the first time you've heard it, Ranikar. Both of the attendants just like are like laughing, like deep, heavy, like full belly laughs, and they're just both just like losing their mind.
Ranagar looks over at the two of them and goes, I knew I'd bring you guys around. It's gonna be a lot sadder when you die.
Oh gosh.
they kind of like look at each other and then they sign back. They're like, it'll be really sad when you die first, dragon, because you're the one on the front line.
And Karis like says that.
Translates.
Translate.
Ranagar winks and goes, "Yeah, you better stay behind me then, no, shouldn't you?"
Ranagar,
Yeah, yes.
this is one of those things that I never intended anybody else knowing, but
Aw.
given our circumstance, would you like to learn how I communicate with them?
Sure. Is it colors? Because I'm not the best with those.
No, it's not colors. It's a hand language, using various signs and positions with the fingers and hands that relay letters and words to where we can communicate and understand one another.
Oh.
It's something that we
you know-
created. Something that we created together.
Some of my subjects learned to do that so they could speak in my presence without me noticing. It was pretty clever of them, before I had them executed for treason.
He just kind of looks at him like,
Sometimes you concern me.
Well, yeah, a lot of people were concerned. I think that's why the gods got involved.
Probably deserving. Not gonna lie. I do serve the gods. A god.
Did you
Goddess.
serve the silver dragon?
no, Vula?
Vulor. Gotta say
Huh,
the
what?
moon.
What was it again? You cut out.
Vulor.
Vulor.
No, my goddess is Vulor.
He's gonna show, like, whatever symbol he has.
That's why,
Have I met that one?
Personally, probably
Sure.
not.
They weren't involved.
Probably not, Vulor. No, you wouldn't have
He
met.
goes, "Oh, I've never met that one personally."
I can't say that I've ever met her either, but, it's not often that divine beings come down personally.
Yeah, I know. Which is
It's
why
for-
it's so fucking inconvenient when they do.
You know,
Turning upstanding kings into kobolds.
it's one of those
frankly, it's a
things that
little rude.
I from the stories that I've heard, it's usually to stop some sort of great evil or,
When you say great evil, I think you got to put into context. And he just sort of starts rambling some like neoliberal.
Well, it seems like you may have turned over somewhat of a new leaf with your, desire to at least keep us alive. But whether or not it's you trying to turn us into your next subjects or not is yet to be determined. But
Oh,
if
no,
you,
you would make terrible subjects.
yeah, I'd probably just try to kill you instead.
You're all back talk way too often.
Well, I will teach you how to communicate with them. That way in case I ever fall. They aren't alone.
I'm not gonna say this as Ranagar, but I love this is an adorable moment. But I'm basically like getting the dogs in the divorce.
Basically. No, you
If
can totally
I
say
die,
that.
you have to take care of these NPCs.
Yeah. Which is kind of actually you're getting the bears in the divorce because they're
The
bear
bears in
shifters.
the divorce. Ranagar, seeing the having the wisdom that I currently don't have, doesn't laugh, and he's like, "Oh, I'd be honored."
No. Next moment we have free, I will teach you.
Now
the
I'm gonna be extra sad when they die. Thanks.
You're welcome.
I'm now
no.
I'm attached to the donkey. These fucking
Nicaris.
goddamn retainers.
Can I find the person who said that name at the end of the last session?
You want to try and find Matron Mourveaux?
Yes.
I mean, she's gonna be at dinner with you guys in a little bit here.
Okay, that's fine. If I know
Okay.
that's happening,
Yeah.
I'll see about talking with her after.
Okay. Is there anything anyone wants to do? Anything else? Actually, scratch that. You guys don't get to control. I mean, you do get control. You could not go to dinner, but like, shortly after, guards come and tell you all that dinner will be prepared shortly, and that they will escort you to the hall. Does anyone want any preparations before they get escorted? Before they go to dinner?
Did we have like we rested here the night or something?
Nope, it's still the same
Or-
night.
no,
It's
still the same night?
it's like 8:30, 9 p.m. You're gonna
I do have a question,
Okay.
just logistically,
Okay.
for flavor. I'm assuming I'm assuming I've given everybody good berries every day so far. I've been marking it as a spell before I go to bed.
Okay.
What does that mean if people eat a good berry and then you don't have to eat for the rest of the day? Does that mean you're full or you're just nourished?
You're just
Like
nourished.
a-
You don't have to eat. You
Okay.
still can. Think like lambus bread.
You can eat for pleasure.
Yeah.
Cool. I was just curious about
Yeah.
the logistics of good berries.
Yeah.
I have nothing else.
They're
Okay.
not good berries, they're dragon berries.
Yeah.
right.
Dragon berries. I gotta write that down.
This stream is brought to you by Dragonberries.
Dragon berries.
Filled
They
you
come
up.
out of me.
Oh no.
That's.
Oh, no.
If we get big enough, that's going on a T-shirt.
That's not the tagline.
I wanted to be the
That's-
tagline. They come out of me.
That's the tagline. That's going on a T-shirt.
They come out of me.
It's just, oh my god. I'm gonna get an ad in Melee Ball for Dragon Berries.
Yes.
And it's gonna be Randall standing there holding these berries. They came out of me.
They come out.
Okay, so does anyone put on anything different? Does anyone wear fancy clothes for dinner?
Good lord, no.
Does Karis kind of have like the sense that like they should?
Yeah. Usually, if you're meeting if you're eating with like the nobility, you should probably if you're having like a proper dinner, you should probably wear fancy
Yeah,
clothing.
armor is probably not.
I would
appropriate.
no, armor would not be the thing to wear.
Okay, yeah. So Karis is going to change, and he they are going to fix his hair, so his hair is usually just kind of frizzy and just fur, you
Yeah.
know, and so it's I think part of it is long enough to where it's braided and pulled back, and he's wearing not he's very large, so finding clothing for his figure is very difficult. So his nice clothing is probably a little bit more on the plain side, but it's still well preserved. I would say that it does have yeah, it would have the symbol of the goddess kind of sewn into it, and What are the colors of the goddess, if you know that?
Silver and like kind of like that like silvery blue gray and white.
Yeah. Okay,
Pearl,
so
mostly.
I would say like it's a white, kind of just nice tunic and pants with silver inlays and like embroidery and everything, and then it has like a symbol of Volar on like the chest or
Okay.
whatever.
I like it.
And he's also wearing the chain of the knights.
Nakaris? Because Ranagar's not changing,
Yeah.
because Ranagar's just gonna wear their leathers and be
Yeah,
mostly naked.
Oh, actually, I changed my. I do have a thought. but
Okay.
Nakaris can go.
So Nakaris will still have their scarf, but it won't be wrapped around. They'll have a choker that's wide enough to cover up their neck.
Okay.
A piratey kind of like tunic.
Okay.
A corset. Shit ton of belts around their waist and some around their legs. Knee-high boots. And it's kind of muted colors, black, white, and then some gold sprinkled about with the purple scarf and choker.
Arrows. I'm almost afraid to ask.
Oh, actually, they also have some makeup on.
Okay.
Some black lipstick and eyeliner.
Arrows.
This will be changing. Eros is going to replace their fur of sorts with finer fabrics like silks and such. Sort of an amalgamation picked up, but it somehow works really well together. They're going to add more jewelry. They're actually going to change out some of the to be some of the finer jewels and actual metals. And they're gonna do makeup a little bit better. Go in more with the gold eyeliner, accentuate that a lot more than it was. And they're gonna take off the like cloth wraps that were around, and they're gonna replace it with a few bracelets and such. And they're gonna make sure they have their teeth first of all, and that'll be that.
All right, Ranagar. I'm so curious.
Do bow ties exist?
Yes, 100%.
Then he is going to wear just a bow tie. He's gonna take his leathers off. He's just gonna wear a bow tie. Because,
Okay.
like, I mean, his leathers are just like belts. Like, he doesn't have clothes on. Like, he hasn't had clothes on this whole time. He's just a lizard.
I feel that on a spiritual level. Sorry.
It's like a Donald Duck situation where he doesn't have
I'm-
pants on and nobody's concerned about it.
I'm the fucking lizard king.
I was going to say it.
Because it's
I
like,
would like to point out.
I mean,
Sorry.
dragons don't wear clothes. Why would he start now?
But they wear pants like on like the undersides of them, like for each leg, right?
I don't think that's how dragons would wear pants.
I
No.
wanted to get into this debate, but I'm not. No.
I love it. Yeah, not here, not now, but it's a fun debate.
Later.
Oh, what color will it be?
Oh, thank you so much, Druid Geek. That's awesome. Really
Oh, wow,
appreciate
yeah.
that.
Thanks
That's
Druid
so
Geek.
much.
Yeah.
Aw,
Look at that.
Mike is
Hooray.
fantastic.
Huzzah.
You rule.
Look at Mike. Mike.
You don't suck. I guess black. Black is pretty formal. Just a black bow tie.
Everyone's going black. There's-
Hey, Karis is white. Which sounds very weird out of context.
All of it
Wait,
does.
Karis is white or Karis is
Fine.
white? Karis is
Karis.
white.
Sir Karis.
Just call me Nikki. Everyone, just call the character Nikki at this point.
I had another idea, but I feel like it wouldn't go well.
Oh no.
Do you want to try it?
Well, I was just gonna wild shift into a gold dragon and just be like, this is what I choose to go as.
It's like a wormling.
No, just as the gold dragon aspect.
Oh my
just-
god.
Like a large
Just
gold.
This
Yeah.
large fucking just like, yeah, I hope you have enough food. I'm a goddamn dragon. I will be I will be dining in, thank you. But I haven't picked what the gold dragon's voice sounds like yet.
No. Fair, I get that.
But he might turn in the middle of dinner. No promises.
A lot may happen during dinner. It's fine.
All right, so you're escorted to the dining room, all gussied up. I just picture Ranagar walking down, like adjusting the bow tie constantly, just feeling really happy about himself in the bow tie, just being like, "This is good." So yes, you're escorted to the dining room. The dining room is spectacular. A tall ceiling forms into a sorry. It has a tall ceiling with a barrel vault ceiling, and what appears to be single pieces of stone carved and shaped into the shape of the roof. The lines of the individual arches bend specifically, and after staring at it for a moment, it makes the shape of the Mourveaux crest, which is a rapier sword with feathered wings. And when we're on Foundry next week, you guys will be able to click a button and go look at it. I'm so excited to use Foundry. It's way better than Roll20.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Ah.
The ceiling flows into the stone walls with a slight overhang that allows convenient locations for sconces affixed with lanterns. The walls are polished smooth with long, simple pattern tapestries of purples and golds. The far wall has 2 tall windows with elaborate tracery. Burgundy curtains drape the windows, tied back with yellow rope. And between the 2 windows, about 10 feet up, is a statue of a woman. Half her body is draped in an elegant and beautiful gown, while the other is in full plate, like down the middle. She has large feather wings that extend out to frame both windows. The table is the same long, dark wood that seems to be the go-to in Barovia. It is covered in soft purple cloth with gold accenting. The tall, very tall back, like, Sir Karis, you've never sat in a chair that was designed for you before? This chair is actually taller than you. It's actually too tall for you to, like, sit in properly.
Oh my god. Ranagar's gonna look adorable.
Ranagar is tiny in these chairs. They are meant for people Sir Karis' size. Everyone
I
looks
think
small.
Ranagar is gonna have to sit on they're like arms.
Yeah.
He's
Karis
gonna sit on the
is
arm.
definitely like enjoying that fact. Like,
Yeah, this whole building is actually designed for people who are much taller.
Yeah.
So Karis has not
Oh,
had to
because
duck
she's
through a doorway.
gigantic,
One.
right.
Yeah.
honestly, he probably hasn't even like realized it until probably like as he's walking around to dinner and like just walks through a doorway and just like he instinctively ducks and then like realizes like as he's ducking like wait a minute, like oh yeah, one of those moments. But he doesn't say anything. He just does it.
The rug that covers the floor for the entire length of the massive table is thick and warm, and the colors match, comforting mixes of soft purples with off-white detailing. All of the seats are set with tasteful silverware and elegant bone-colored plates that also have the House Mourveaux symbol. Already seated at the table across from where you, as you enter, are 3 people. An elf. They wear a regular tabard bearing the Mourveaux symbol with their hair pulled back into a single tight braid that rests on their shoulder. Their build is difficult to tell with the loose clothing, but their hands and face imply they are far thinner, smaller framed, especially when compared to their compatriots. They hold their head high as you enter, inspecting each of you with a cool, calculating stare of their red eyes. Despite sitting upright, the chair is much taller than them. They have a long sword hanging from their hip and a shield that is draped on the back of their chair. Beside them is a very different being. She is 7.5 feet tall, and it is evident the chair was designed for someone more of her size. She has a straw jawline, with the rest of her face is softer and slenderer. Her hair is white, pulled back into a high ponytail with bangs framing her face. Her muscles are well toned and defined, which is evident from the form-fitting, off-the-shoulder blue dress that she wears. It has a deep neckline and hugs all the right places. She also has a sword strapped to her hip with a very fine gold chain. The sword, however, looks functional over fashionable. It's more of a plain weapon. The last member already seated is also a very tall individual. They wear a white linen shirt with black vest, pants, and a long overcoat coat with a very high collar. All 3 of the outer pieces are have red detailing. Are edged in red and with gold detailing. His draconic features are narrow, almost pulled back as if like the scales are almost stretched into 2 long horns. The Dragonsborn scales are an ashen gray. Like the others, he too has a weapon, a scimitar, which is just propped against the table. The half-orc motions as you enter to the chairs and place settings across from them. Please, sit. Mother will be joining us shortly.
Wait, which one said mother?
That's the half-orc.
Okay.
After you all.
Karis
Alright,
nods.
I'll be the first to sit. Yeah. Eros is going to be. Eros is fidgeting a little bit with the bracelets around the wrists. And just under the bracelets, something you couldn't see before because of the wrap, their wrists are bruised and scarred all the way around. And they're going to go sit down. That's a very oversized chair.
Yeah, how tall is Eros?
Eros is 5'1". No, he's 5 foot.
Oh gosh, Eros is like here on the table, like maybe here. I'm just trying to think. Table for 7 feet
Eros is
tall
more-
people.
He's not as bad as Rhaegar.
Rhaegar scrambles up the side of one of these chairs and then I guess sits on the fucking armrest.
They actually go, so dragon, we actually have a chair for you, the Dragonborn says, and points at one of the chairs that actually has like a little step stool onto it, and then like they have basically like a footrest on there that will like pop you up so you'd be tall enough to see over the table. It looks comfy.
I look at it and then look at him to see if he's mocking me.
Make an insight check.
I rolled a nat 20.
He looks genuine. He looks dead serious. Like genuine, just like. I mean,
This
Eros
is the
is
Dragonborn?
Yeah, this is the Dragonborn.
How do dragons feel about how do Dragonborn work?
So Dragonborn are what happened when one of the 6 great dragons bred with humans. The result would be a Dragonborn, and then Dragonborn could procreate with themselves. If a dragon who was not one of the great dragons mates with a human, you either get or mates with any humanoid, you either get a full-blooded whatever the humanoid is, or you get kobolds. There is no in between.
Oh, okay. So it has to be a great dragon.
Yeah. You have to be descended from one of the great dragons. Like all Dragonborn are descended from one of the great dragons, or from the gods themselves, which is also possible.
So I guess that would make us brothers.
Yeah, you're all dragon. The dragonkin, especially after like the war where like half the dragons turned evil with Tiamat. Dragonkin are pretty like close. There's not a lot of. There are some Dragonborn, like shitty Dragonborn, who are really awful to kobolds. But for the most part, Dragonborn are pretty. Dragonkin are pretty close. They there's not a lot of them left alive.
So Rhaegar gets back down, and he, as he's climbing up into the other one, says in Draconic, "Thank you, brother."
I am not gonna be able to do a British accent as much as I want to for speaking as in Draconic. You are welcome. Also in Draconic.
Dope. I'm in my high chair.
Vex,
I was
you
gonna
bros.
say.
Oh, there you are, Vex. Yeah, I love that. I love that you have a high chair.
My dragon high chair.
Yeah, I'm sure Karis probably signs to like Lancelot or Galahad, like, oh, how the mighty dragon has risen.
Nikaris is just going to cast a message to Karis just saying, he looks really cute like that, doesn't he? You can respond.
You can respond to this message.
He just repeats what he signed to Lancelot and Galahad.
I'm just gonna go sit. I'll just sit not next to Eros, but close by.
Okay. And I guess Dom sits. Also.
Yeah.
It's really.
Oh, Tom, you seem less talkative than normal.
What are you talking about? They're always
Actually,
like
if I'm being
this.
honest, no, you don't.
I was just thinking that. I'm like, what a great character to have missing, because it's not hard to roleplay as the DM.
Tom, you're talking a lot today.
So as you sit, that progress. I am Sir Lady Borrigan Mourveaux. She motions to the elf beside her. My sister, Sir Lady Uvi Mourveaux, and then the Dragonborn. And this is Lord Torvar Longtooth. And they both like the...
Torvar.
It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance, the Dragonborn adds with a nod. Sir Lady Uvi just kind of like nods at each of you. It's like, yeah.
It is definitely a pleasure to meet you as well. You all have such lovely names.
The pleasure is ours.
Yes.
Are any of them? You said they had red eye. Which ones are vampires?
All of them.
You can get dragonborn vampires.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anything can be a vampire.
Any
Huh.
humanoid can turn into a vampire.
Anything.
What about those vampire class things?
The Dampier?
The Dampier. Can they turn into vampires?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Can kobolds turn into vampires?
Yes.
100%.
That's
You
hilarious.
can definitely be turned into a vampire.
I wasn't thinking about me. I was just thinking in general about kobolds and just how
adorable.
annoyed
little
that
bloodsuckers.
vampire would have to be.
Yeah.
Because they introduced zombie kobolds in Rime of the Frost Maiden, and they're
Mhm.
really funny.
Poor kobolds.
I'm just thinking about gnome vampires now. Just
Oh,
tiny,
gnome
just
Are gnomes
running
shorter
around
than kobolds?
fighting.
No,
Gnomes
gnomes are about the
can-
same height.
Yeah, gnomes can be.
Yeah, in
Gnomes are
theory.
about the same height. I just like the thought of a really small, more human-looking humanoid, darting around and just going ham and biting people's ankles.
God, no. Let's
He's
move
a
past.
gnome.
Let's
Like to
move.
be gnome.
Let's move past this scary image.
Oh, it would definitely, if it were a movie, it would be like the shadow cast on
Yeah.
the wall, and then it would like
Yeah.
scan down to the gnome being like, bleh.
Yeah. So, what a lovely place to live this is.
Ah, yes, thank you. House Mourveaux has lived in this castle for some 200 years now.
Wow.
I can't get her voice right. She's got a little bit of a deeper voice.
What a long time to live in one place.
Well, when you live forever, it's not
That's
that
true.
long.
Must seem like a blink.
Some years are longer than others. Some
I
years
bet.
are longer than others. Yes, they can be quite. And he's saying this in Draconic to Ranagar. Like, yes, some years can feel very long, and some years feel very short, don't they?
Oh, I certainly do. Do dragonborn live a long time?
I think they live about the average of humans. I think they live a little bit longer,
Oh, right, he's a vampire.
but he's a vampire now. Yeah.
Boy, I'm really having a hard time holding these two concepts in my mind at the same time. If I'm being honest, I just keep losing. I'm like, he's a dragonborn. Oh, right, he's a vampire. God, I hope we don't have to fight him because I'm gonna forget.
Don't give Andrew ideas.
Arrows?
Do I know what?
Hey,
does
every
he have a
every
color
named
or
character has a
anything?
stat block already. Pardon?
I know.
Does he have like a color or anything like that? Do dragonborn have? their,
Dragonborn
like...
normally have color. His scales are ashen gray.
Interesting.
They've been drained.
I wonder if he still has a breath weapon.
Oh, probably.
I bet it's vampire-y.
It's necrotic, I bet.
That's the word I wanted.
Yeah.
I went with vampire-y.
So as you are sitting here, the main doors to the dining hall opens, and very suddenly the other three all stand up as Matron Mourveaux enters.
She's gonna sit up as well.
Yeah, Karis.
Ranagar stands up, but he doesn't know if he should stand on the chair or like climb
sh-
down.
Stand
Stand
on the
on the
high
floor.
chair.
So what does Ranagar do? What is the choice? What is the call Ranagar
I would.
makes?
I think he's gonna be like trying to scramble down.
As you start scrambling down, she as she removes her hat with her flourish, she says, "Please, Lord Dragons, just stay up. It's fine. Thank you." She hangs the hat up.
Scrambles back up.
He's like halfway down. Oh, okay. She walks around the table behind her children and touches each of them on the shoulder. She pauses at the. It's
Oh,
so-
because they're vampires. Sorry. I'm like, how could a dragonborn?
Also, adoption is a thing.
Oh, that too. Oh my god, I'm a terrible person.
And
Turn
as
my mic
she
off.
pauses at the elf wearing the tabard, she says softly but loud enough that everyone can hear, "You are right, my dear. This does suit you better than traditional evening wear." And you can see the cold face, this vampire elf's cold face, like melt for just a moment as she like struggles to hide like her smile that briefly crosses her lips. And then Matron Mourveaux reaches her chair and motions, "Please sit," and then takes a seat herself.
Follow suit.
Yeah.
Sitting?
Yep.
Sit-a-roo.
I also sit.
Sit, Ubu. Sit.
I don't think anyone noticed.
Sit-a-roo.
Food should be out shortly. How are your rooms? Do you need anything? This is the matron talking.
It's the rooms are sufficient for myself. It's actually a unique experience. I'm not used to things appropriate to my size.
Yes, quite. The world is not designed for people of our height, but as you can see, most of my children are very tall, and of course, I myself have a little bit of Goliath in my blood, so.
Yes, everything is lovely so far.
Good, good. I am to take care of my guests. You are guests of my house, you are guests of my country, and you are guests of my Lord Strahd. So, I must ensure that everything is to your convenience. Speaking of, Lord Ranagar, I hope that the seating arrangement is acceptable. We didn't want to insult you, but we also wanted to be able to see you at dinner without you having to sit awkwardly.
Oh yeah, this body's is a real curse. And then he winks, and then he goes, I thank you for being accommodating. Although if you prefer, I could put on my other pants. I don't know if you have the food for me though.
It's going to be an interesting challenge for our kitchen staff. And the half-orc daughter is kind of like, I'm not going to lie. I'd like to see you as a dragon, but perhaps not during dinner.
We might want more space for that.
I don't know, the way you described this room, I think I'd fit just fine.
Yeah, you actually might fit as a dragon. It'd be awkward at the table. Like, you'd have to, like, move your chair and then, like, just kind of curl up, but...
You know, I was quite skeptical of Ranagar's claims and prowess, but he has definitely proven himself to be something of an enigma, if one could, try to figure out the nature of him.
I mean, I've heard of druids with the same abilities, and from my understanding, Renegar is a dragon, so it makes sense that this would be their abilities as well. Along that path.
Would Karis know of druids being able to transform into dragons?
Druids of the aspect? Not where you've been, no. Well, make a religion check.
19.
Yeah, you do know that there are druids who serve the dragon aspects. They serve nature still, but they do so through the dragon aspects in order to protect key areas. It's not as common to have one who serves all 5 of the dragons. Usually they're limited to one.
Yes, I'm familiar with druids that serve the dragon aspects, but they are limited to one. They do not serve all. And from my experience, they don't really have quite the strength and abilities as Ranagar.
I think that might be to do with the curse they keep talking about. Isn't that right, Renegar?
Yeah,
If
I
I
keep telling
may,
you,
what-
I'm a dragon.
What is this curse that you speak of, Sir Renegar? Lord Renegar?
I was a dragon, Now I'm a kobold. Pretty cut and dry.
That is unfortunate. That is very upsetting. I'm sorry to hear that happen to you. And you can see the Dragonborn kind of like shifts his, like before he was talking to you as an equal, now he's almost talking to you like you're above him.
That's fucking right.
It is a terrible fate to befall such a majestic creature. And that he says, not in Draconic, but in Common.
Yeah, I'll have to say, walking around everywhere is the pits. I don't know how you people do it. He just gestures at everybody.
Well,
You've gotten quite good at it.
Although, can vampires fly?
vampires can turn into bats.
Oh, okay.
And like Matron Mourveaux goes, yes, dear, that's his. It is very handy being able to fly. I do thoroughly enjoy it. I can't imagine being grounded.
It's not horrible. You know,
No,
it's actually a lot of fun.
No, it's pretty
I don't
horrible.
think you can dance well as the dragon. I don't think you could dance very well as the dragon.
I feel
I'm not
like
gonna
I feel
lie.
like they could dance very well. We should have like a dance competition.
I feel like I would
Some
like
point.
to see that, Matron Mourveaux.
I
If someone
feel like
doesn't know
that's
how to dance,
something
I
that
could
should
teach
happen.
them.
I feel like a dragon, given that they are so long-lived, could figure out how to dance.
I think they could figure out how. I think in most settings, dancing would be difficult.
I don't know. they're
Especially when all dragons can
pretty-
shapeshift, because all dragons in my world
Yeah.
can shapeshift.
Yeah, they
into
can
a
turn
human
into
form.
just
But
a
they get one.
person.
You get one form.
I don't know. I think I'm trying to think of like a Benjamin Cumberbatch Smog. I could see that dragon dancing. It was life.
Would Ranagar know how to dance as a dragon?
Probably not.
Well,
Eris's point.
Probably,
could still be
actually, I bet he
proven.
knows how to dance in like regular forms. Like, I'm sure, but it would be like
Yeah.
ballroom, old timey, proper dancing.
it'd be actually kind of fun to try and teach you how to dance as a dragon. I've never had a student like that.
Oh well, let's break the curse, and then we can do all the dance classes we want.
I,
Yes.
for one,
So
we
would
gotta
love to
eat
see
you.
that.
It might be a surprise, but I know a thing or two about dance.
Oh, you do, Sir Karis.
This is the
Yes.
first time the elf has spoken, and she very quietly goes, yes, one would assume that as a knight you have some training in the pleasantries.
You know how to pop and lock it. This big
Well-
ass arm.
Wait, he hasn't taken an oath yet. He can the oath of throwing it back.
The other throw it back. Anyways,
It's great because canonically that works. For those who haven't heard,
Yeah.
because paladins don't require gods, they just have to really believe in their oath really, really hard.
Believe
so,
in their ass.
so oath of throwing it back is actually
my God.
entirely possible to work as a
Ah.
paladin.
Somebody committed to their dance team so hard they became a paladin.
yes.
That's actually
Learned
how
to
paladins work,
smite.
and it's the best fucking thing ever. But I'm just picturing Sir Karis. What is the song? It's like Boosie.
Yeah.
Doing that trend.
Yes. Was it? Yeah. Yeah. Right.
I'm not saying you need to
Um,
get armor now and do this, but like, you're welcome for free content.
I'm. If anybody wants to help me purchase some armor, and
Hit,
want
hit up
some,
Jared.
like, I'm willing to do armor thirst traps for your viewing pleasure.
Don't tempt me words.
Anyways, well, yes, I had to expand my knowledge of dance during my knightly training. It was actually my sister who taught me.
Lovely.
Ah, it's what what a coincidence. Oh my gosh, English is hard. I
It
I
is.
actually taught my sister here myself, and she motions to the elf, who's kind of like, kind of withdraws almost, like kind of sinks back in their chair a little bit. That's way too big for them.
Karis was like, well, maybe one evening we could see what our siblings taught us and how well.
God damn, Karis. Get it.
Make a
That sounds
persuasion
like
roll.
flirting.
Yeah.
It is flirting. That is what's happening.
Yeah, that
No,
definitely
no,
felt flirt.
saying that
Karis
out
has no
loud.
idea that's what it is,
Oh,
but
Eros is saying that out loud?
Eros is
Karis-
saying that out loud.
Karis is what?
Saying that sounds
Eros
like
is
flirting
saying that out loud. That sounds like flirting.
Uh, that is a dirty 20.
Sorry, and this was to the half orc. This was to the half
This
orc.
was to the elf.
Oh, to the elf.
Because the half orc taught the elf, right?
Yeah.
So like since he was also taught by his sibling, he's like, well, we can maybe like show each other what our siblings taught us.
It sounds really gross out of context.
Very yeah.
What are you doing, Steph, bro?
Another out of context quote for your pleasure.
Maybe we can see what our siblings taught us.
Oh gosh.
What
What are you doing, Steph, bro?
It's great because it's really apparent that both of them are not like Sir Garrus' dad is a human, so both of them are not. Like they actually could be step siblings. Oh god, it does not. It gets worse the more I think about it.
Wait, he's not a bugbears are parents are human?
No. We'll get into that.
So Karis,
It's a Baxter
Oh.
thing.
Eros is going
and
to
you can
look
see-
at the half orc as if. Sorry.
I was just gonna say she's like got blue skin. Like instead of like white skin, her skin's like kind of like turned into like a translucent blue. And you can see her cheeks like change color a little bit. Like they don't redden because that's not how it works with undead, but like they still blush a little bit. She's sort of like,
You're
oh,
gonna
yes,
fuck that
well,
undead vampire.
I suppose we could. And the half orc just kind of like elbows her in the ribcage, or elbows them in the ribcage.
Eros is going to look at the half orc and make sure. Yeah, speaking orcish. Eros is going to say, having a little dance party, or a little flirtation isn't so bad. I don't think.
Make a persuasion roll. This is what people came for. People came for
Ooh.
simping and dragons. That's what they're here for. We have Ranagar, we have dragons, and now we have simping.
18.
Yeah. Karis unbeknownstly flirting with.
Karis continuing to be a metaphor or a personification of neurodivergency is flirting without realizing they're flirting.
Yeah.
the story of all of our lives at some point. I am
Yeah.
sure.
Oh god.
Is Karis me?
Yes, I've done the deep dive. I know what's
Yes.
happening here. No,
That's right, I'm
I
secretly a
suppose it's
dragon.
not back in Orcish as well. And Matron Mourveaux's like, it has been a long time since we have spoken Orcish.
Eros is going to look between the two of them. It's my opinion, a lovely language. It can open a lot of doors that weren't originally considered.
And you only know stupid infernal. Karis is gonna say way under their breath.
In Infernal or in Common?
Infernal.
Make a
Infernal.
make a deception check.
It's deception.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
only roll for the night, 19 plus whatever my deception is.
What's your deception? 'Cause
My deception is +5, so 24.
not even kind of low enough. 29.
Oh, damn. Okay.
They're vampires.
Yeah, I know.
And
but still, it
Matron
sucks.
Mourveaux says in Infernal. Well, darling, it does have its uses.
That it does. Been a while since I talked like this. Oh,
There
sorry, my accent's coming through.
Your accent
Been a
comes through
while
when you
since
speak
I-
Infernal. That's how Infernal works.
Yeah.
It's like speaking French. You're gonna have a French accent because it's your native language.
Hi, I'm speaking French.
I'm gonna speak French in German.
Oi, it's me, a Frenchman. The Gatter.
Shit.
Eros
Charles, they
hearing
found
all
us.
these different languages. Eros hearing all these different languages and all these people speaking language. Eros is gonna say, "Does anyone speak this in Minotaur?"
What? Are you okay? Oh, are you okay?
I only know common and 2 other languages.
What were y'all
That's
talking,
so funny
talking about?
because like I only in real life know 1 language, and like your bugbear is like, no, I'm only multilingual.
I'm only trilingual.
I'm only
I suck.
trilingual. I'm the dumb one here. It's like, oof. All right, D&D. Thanks.
Calling us out.
Oh
Calling me out?
God. Vex. Shadow the Seventh. Eros,
Barely.
I wonder where you learned that. Speaking Minotaur.
I have no idea. I just happened to pick it up. on travel.
Very softly, Sir Uvi says, so where do you come from, Sir Karis? In Goblinoid.
He kind of perks up because it's probably the first time in a very long time that he's heard Goblin.
Mhm.
Like, and he replies,
That is a very difficult story to tell. One that is hard to believe, even for myself. I know it's very cryptic, but
No, we all have skeletons in our closet.
it's less a skeleton and more a mystery.
Well, then I hope you can cover it. And then Matron Mourveaux kind of cuts in and goes, now, dearies, as much as I... Well, hold on. I gotta get the accent back. Now, dearies, as much as I enjoy the... Nope. All right, well, it's gone now. That's it. I've lost it. ADHD brain just said, you're never going to get that back, ever. You switched accents to something that wasn't Eastern European-ish, and now you're never going to be able to do that again. Perhaps we should have a conversation that we all can share. You can see her kind of like cross her hands and kind of.
What?
Yes, mother.
Who's Sharon?
Share as in sharing is caring.
share in, not sharing.
Yes, so that we can all participate, so to speak.
I just really enjoy this ongoing bit I've been doing. I really hope that they say, what was the other one I kept?
Traitor.
Oh, traitor.
Yeah.
Yes, but speaking of dancing and that, like, are there any places where that happens a lot? I haven't really found a place. I know there was a tavern back where we were before, but
Dancing.
not found
Oh, dearie,
dancing,
yes.
singing.
There are plenty of places to dance. There should be a ball coming up in a few weeks. Who gets to host it is still being decided by Lord Strahd. But
Is it a celebration or is it just like an annual?
Something we do every few months to bring the houses together.
That sounds like a lovely time.
I am sure that you will be extended an invitation based on your friendship with Lady Irina.
Yes, for the lovely
Oh yeah,
woman.
she's the best.
There's a name you mentioned before, Lady Mourveaux. If you could spare a moment after dinner, I would love to talk to you about some things. If that's possible, I don't want to take up any
Oh, of course,
time.
dearie. I have time after dinner. It's not like I need to sleep.
That is very true.
She kind of
Very fortunate.
like opens her mouth and like flashes her fangs a little bit.
I'll flash my little tiefling things and like means different things.
And
but-
while this is happening, food is brought in, and it's just like a massive spread. And then like servants come around and pour wine. But you notice that the what you're getting poured is not the same thing that they're getting poured. It's very different.
Definitely.
It's definitely you're getting red wine and they're getting red something.
like
Well, I bet
I
it's
would
blood.
say Karis and Lancelot and Galahad are doing their best to not like react to any of that stuff.
I'm just
Um,
casually drinking blood.
Yeah, definitely putting on a good impression as best they could.
Okay.
So, you drink not from. This is. I'm not used to vampires. I'm sorry. So, you drink from goblets and things, not from sources?
It depends.
Sorry if that's
It's,
incorrect.
it's a little more classy to drink from a goblet. And
Makes sense.
less loud and less messy.
That is very true. But.
Which is like the opposite, I imagine, of drinking from a goblin.
Yes, drinking from a goblin would be very loud and very messy. All of our blood is. I'm trying to think of a word that does not imply the wrong meaning. It is donated voluntarily.
That's,
Um,
that's
our
quite
subjects.
lovely.
Well, you can't run a kingdom if you eat your
Oh, no.
subjects.
You
Oh,
definitely
you'd be
cannot.
surprised.
Oh,
We do occasionally have to.
I'd certainly hope not.
We do occasionally let the lesser nobles loose every once in a while when the bell rings. But
Yes, we
we
had the unfortunate experience of an encounter.
while you were in the village of Barovia, I am sure that
Yes.
Irina was very pleased. She has
Oh,
outlawed
oh.
the practice.
It's
yes.
And you
Funny
It's
you should
actually-
say that. She was not.
it was by her grace that we made
We
it out.
survived. Yeah.
Well, don't give her too much credit, Sir Karis. You held your own for a little while.
You both did an amazing job. I'm sorry I couldn't stay and help. I'm not exactly the dirtiest.
And you know who is the biggest help of all? Dom here,
Oh,
savior of Barovia.
Look, they're doing their best. Let's not pick on them. They're better at long range. We shouldn't fight each other. Not in front of this company.
Yes. It was a fortunate happenstance that she was there when our need was great. And we have been grateful for the hospitality since.
Yes,
and
which you can see why we do not outlaw the practice. Otherwise, the lessers tend to become uncontrollable. So
Yes.
occasionally let them
see.
out. They hunt. Reduce the population a little bit. Keep it manageable.
So you have a vampire purge.
Something like that.
Well,
Yes.
Who
Citizen
exactly are they
purge.
thieving on?
Those villagers.
Good word.
Whoever's foolish enough to be outside.
Does everyone know the bell? I mean, of course we didn't. We were outsiders, but
Outsiders do tend to get caught. That tends to be a problem. But yes, people are pretty good about getting away. They usually end up feeding on maybe one or two every few weeks. And not everyone goes out to hunt. I haven't gone out to hunt. I haven't hunted anything in decades, maybe. It's much more
Hennigar,
civilized to have townsfolk come and donate blood. Then no one has to die.
Ranagar, upon hearing one or two, is like, only one or two. That was a pretty good number. He's just like, all right, oops.
yes, that ratio is quite good considering we saw firsthand that 5 of us could not handle all of them.
I mean, they have access to blood. They're just a little bloodthirsty. We all
have our vices.
yes, we
Exactly.
are all slaves to our nature.
Not
Here, here.
entirely. Not necessarily.
I'd like to think we're not slaves. We just are troubled, is all.
Eros
Suppose.
looks visibly uncomfortable.
Can I make a perception check?
You don't
for
have
an
to.
insight to see this?
Arrow said
Okay.
it's visibly
No,
uncomfortable. You don't need to check it.
have to. Eros is visibly uncomfortable.
I'm-
But,
Remind me of
like,
a Kanye
It's
comment.
fine.
Sir Karis.
Yes.
Lady Borogran goes, I was wondering if you would be so kind as to tell me about your order. Both me and my sister are members of the order here.
The Knights of the Silver Dragon.
Ah, and where are they based out of?
My home.
Ah, yes, you said
As-
it was awkward. You do not need to speak more.
Yes. Our duty is to protect and to fight any evils that may encroach on the area. We have fought many powerful and dangerous creatures, and I hope you forgive me for saying that there have been times where I have fought some of your kind.
Vampires are not connected. We're not all related.
Yes,
We're not
and
worried about it.
have fought plenty of werewolf as well.
Very well. Yes, when you get the opportunity, we'll have to, perhaps if you are able to attend the ball, we'll introduce you to the members of House Volstaff. The entire house are members of the Knightly Order.
I would. That might be interesting. I would like to learn of your order, and maybe we can trade some sort of secrets or knightly. He's trying to like be knightly, but like he's also like he's been ostracized. Like he's awkward. Like he's been ostracized most of his night.
The Dragonborn. Yes, Lord Commander Horngald is a bit of a stick in the mud, as they say. But Sir Godfrey is an excellent individual and an upstanding knight. I'm sure he would be very pleased to meet you.
That would, maybe we can get a round of
And,
sparring.
Sir Karis, you recognize both those names.
Okay. Oh yeah, I don't have the list pulled up right
That's
now.
fine. If Horngald is Vladimir Horngald, he was the leader of the Silver Dragon Knights when they were destroyed by Strahd, and then Riz is a revenant. And so did Sir Godfrey Gwillem. And Gwillem, they actually were helped storm, like as revenants helped stormed Ravenloft. And Sir Gwillem actually trained your new leader, Lord Commander Black Metal, in like what the Silver Dragon Knights were before he passed on, before he died again and was no longer undead.
Yes. It'd be very much honored to meet them. My our leader and Lord Black
Metal.
Black Metal. Lord Black Metal was a valiant knight that trained under men that seemingly of equal caliber.
Ah, just so.
Yes, it would be an honor to meet them. I would definitely like to hear their story.
I would certainly like the opportunity to duel you, Sir Karis, if it presents itself. Lady Borogran goes.
The lady, like the house.
The half orc.
The half orc.
Yeah. The daughter, not the mother, not Matron
Okay.
Mourveaux.
I was like,
Yeah, Matron Mourveaux does not carry weapons. She does not look like she's a knight.
It seems that I would be honored with 2 dances then.
and he kind of like looks to the elf and then looks to the half orc.
I think that would be fun.
I don't know if Sir Karis notices this, just because Sir Karis is distracted. But you guys can see like the elf kind of visibly shuffles and kind of like purses her lips very briefly, or their lips very briefly before going back to being like dead faced.
Dance combat is quite strange. Nicaris is gonna say, just to like break that weird feeling of tension.
The brief weird tension.
Yeah.
And you can see Major Mourveaux the entire time is just like, she's just smiling and watching, and is just like, you can see like genuine warmth as her children are interacting. There's no malice or anything in her face. She even seems to she even chuckles a little bit at that, like when at that brief moment where Lady Uvi, like Sir Uvi breaks their stone coldness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their deadpan is broken.
Yeah.
Lady Mourveaux, you talked about the ball. Is there entertainment already scheduled for it?
Is this at Matron Mourveaux? At Lady Mourveaux?
Matron.
Okay, yeah.
Lady
Yeah, those are
Mourveaux,
two different.
my
That's okay.
Matron.
Welcome to nobility, where
Matron.
everyone has the same fucking last
Yeah.
name with the different titles.
Matron Mourveaux.
Yes. I mean, if you wanted to perform, I'm sure that could be arranged. In fact, I would very much enjoy that. That would be wonderful. In fact, allow me to formally invite all of you to attend. I don't know where it'll be yet, but I'm sure one of my little birds will be able to find you. And
Yes. I was just thinking, it's been a long time since I had a job. It would be nice to do something nice.
I am certain we can ensure you are fairly compensated for your efforts.
He's just gonna rub his choker a bit.
I was like, yes, that would be lovely, I think.
Oh yeah, if we're not dead, I'd love to come.
Oh, please.
I certainly hope you do not die between now and then. But
Yes.
Barovia
Aren't they
is
already dead?
a dangerous place.
What'd you say, Eros?
Aren't they already dead? Well, ish.
And you watch as everyone in the room kind of freezes, and then like ticks, kind of like, and then just resets, goes back to what they're doing.
I'm just gonna like look at everyone and just be like, just get a look of glitch. I don't think that's the case, Eros, and I'm just going to give them a knowing look of, let's not say that.
I'll have what's everyone's
With
passive
an
insight?
intelligence of 7.
What's
Passive
everyone's
insight?
passive insights?
Passive insight is 16.
My passive insight is 17.
Okay.
Fuck you.
Mine, mine is 13. Yeah, insight
Okay.
is actually no, it's a 14.
Okay.
One higher.
Eros, passive insight.
14.
Carry on. Nothing to see here.
Nothing to see here.
But Eros with an intelligence of 7 is going to see this look and just be like, uh-huh.
Yes.
That's literally not at all with me, but I'm going to ignore that, and we're going to move on. So this ball that we've been invited to, something similar. Do you know of something similar for the regular townsfolk, for the villagers?
No, we do not usually. They attend to their own matters. For the most part.
Do they also have a celebration, sort of, on the same day?
I'm sure they must. Not on the same day, no. They have their own holidays and celebrations.
It's important that your people have celebrations, otherwise they get really sad and they stop being productive.
That is an interesting thing to note. And the
Just speaking from experience.
Yes,
Lady Uvi. I only say lady because they're obviously not binary, but there's no gender neutral titles, lords and ladies. So you get one. And she picked Sir Lady, so or they picked Sir Lady. Sir Uvi is kind of like, yes, I have mentioned that before, Mother, that perhaps it would be in our interests. It would help production. She's kind of like, yes, I suppose we could see about hosting some sort of festival at the same time. It wouldn't be too far out of our way. Perhaps
You don't want to make them fight each other in ritual combat. It seems like a good idea at the time, but then they're gonna get really mad.
Renegar, what the hell is your life? Oh, I'm so sorry to me to speak like that.
Well, I've lived a long time.
Yes, but that's
Pick
quite.
some things up.
That seems like a little bit more than picking things up.
He's just gonna like shrug and like look around the room full of bloodthirsty vampires and be like, "Am I right? What's this guy about?"
So it seems that you have not interacted much with your people.
No.
It's not uncommon
Uh,
among.
between being noble born and being what we are, it makes interacting with the common people rather difficult. People are not.
I can-
It's not enjoyable being around people who are afraid you're going to tear their throat out at any moment.
I know, right?
I actually know how that feels.
Yes, I suppose. I don't mean to be rude, Sir Karis, but it is odd seeing a bugbear in a knightly order. Not that it shouldn't happen. It's just, not something that occurs very often.
Yes, my upbringing was very unique. My adopted father, he raised me to be a knight, and it was a difficult journey, to say the least. But
I'm sure it was. Well, I hope you find that in Barovia they treat you better. My family is large, and many of them are. I adopted before we became vampires.
So far, it has been quite like home.
And Saruvi in Goblin says, yes, for different reasons, I think I understand what it's like to stand out in ways that you don't want to, specifically when training to be a knight. And like as they say that, you can despite the clothes they're trying to wear to hide it, you can tell they're very small. Like even by normal people standards, they're very thin looking. Like their hands are very frail, and their facial features are like very sharp and elvish, but like they're smaller. They're almost certainly wearing clothes that are a little bit too big for them to try and hide that.
He's gonna reply, in Goblin, just
Maybe after dinner or another evening, we could exchange stories.
She kind of looks around. She's like, "Make a persuasion roll."
Yeah, Bugbear's gonna fuck.
You thought
he's a hug bear.
You thought Hugbear
Hugbear.
was wholesome.
murdered.
That's not the kind of
Yeah.
hugging he's talking about here.
Oh,
It's
no.
22.
Yeah, Bugbear.
Perhaps we could. Yes, a walk in the garden, and would be wonderful. Does anyone else speak Goblin?
I do not.
All right.
Nope.
But those of you with a high enough insight, you get there's like a flirty tension there, but like both of them are really awkward, don't know what they're doing about it. It's not even really
Yeah.
clear if they know they're doing it.
Yeah, Karis is just legitimately like, I just want to know. Like, I'm interested. Let's talk. Let's relate. Is this flirting? I don't know.
Is this flirting?
Ranagar,
Is this flirting?
sensing this, uses Druidcraft to make a wolf howl quietly next to next to Karis, and he just kind of like pumps his little cobalt fist like, yeah, buddy.
It's a little wolf howl, and there's like, oh.
Ooh, little hound dog. That's what I'm saying.
Oh my god.
I guess I could have made a hound dog. I'd change it. It's a hound dog.
They can kind of see everyone's just like looking around, like, huh? Isn't that was strange? But yes, if you ever visit Kresik, my son Duke Gregor Stonecutter is the Duke there. He's the Lord there, so you will let him know that you are friends, and he will ensure you are well taken care of. Do mind Lokar though; he's a bit unhinged. The Dragonborn kind of under their breath, but not really under their breath, is like, unhinged is a understatement. You will be speak
Yes.
kindly of your brother in my presence, even if he is troubled. And you, like immediately,
That's not a foreign concept.
fair. Immediately you see Toravar, like just like head down, like scolded dog, like immediately, like just one word from his mom, and he's just like, nope.
Tail between legs.
Eros is gonna speak up. That is not a concept. Even the most unhinged can be quite lovely.
True. I well, I love all my children, but I have a special place to Lokar. He's been through a lot before he was turned, and then he was through a lot after. And as it turns out, our vampire durability does not necessarily extend to the psyche. But he is
Is it
wonderful. He tries.
the process of turning? What is it like? If you don't mind me asking.
I do mind you asking it. It's not something we will discuss.
Okay, that's completely fair.
Yes. And it's unfortunate you came today. My daughter, my other daughter, Lady Vorvaskan, is away with the Von Karsteins, trying to sort out my little traitor problem.
Do you mean trader, not a person who trades, or not traitor, not a person who betrays their family line?
A person who betrays. You saw the results. He is not going to be betraying anyone anymore.
Yes.
It seems like this place is overrun with traders, but not bereft with traders, if you catch my meaning.
Very few traders come through here.
If there is soup, the Karis is just going to just stuff his mouth with as much as possible.
The Dragonborn
Yes.
has a goblet of blood, but you see the Dragonborn is also like sipping tea.
Yeah, just like I'm just gonna give a knowing look of like,
So, yes, I
That's
think
why you gotta give them
we-
holidays. Then they'll spend more of their coin on traders. It's a trick, see?
But a
It all
trader
comes
like
back
someone
to
who
you.
trades, and not a traitor like the problem I had. Yes, I understand.
we what was the person's name that we discovered that traded for Barovia that came?
Fuck, what was the name? I don't have my notes up. Does someone remember?
Anyways, yeah. Yes, we've heard of person. Do you not get many traders here, or is it just the one? Is it a deal that you have established with this? Or
We have the occasional. Much of the trade comes north, and they basically describe the exact same trade route that you've heard from everyone, which is Kalos, down the river to Gallicus, and then straight to here.
well, it seems that from our experience, your people have things that they require to sustain themselves, and you all definitely have quite a lovely establishment.
Thank you. We have built this house. I have built this house from the ground up. I received my nobility status from Strahd about 300 and something years ago, and then with my family, we turned House Mourveaux into one of the 5 houses of Barovia. We're one of the few houses that has had to survive on our own. It was quite a day when we began construction on this castle. It was a lot of work, but here we are.
Well, maybe one evening you can tell me your story as well. I'd be very interested. I'm sure
Make a
it's
persuasion
probably-
roll.
He's not
Hunter is
hitting,
gonna sleep with everyone.
he's not hitting on.
He's not hitting on the
Funny.
9'6" vampire mommy. That's not what's happening.
No, he is not hitting on it. My dice keep saying I am because that's like a 23.
Yes, perhaps a conversation over tea. I could tell you all about it.
More like,
I can tell you
more
more.
like a fuck bear.
I can tell you more of my knightly order.
Is that a euphemism for something? Or
A lot.
Unsheathe
I'm
my
so
sword.
sad. I'm so
Wink,
sad you
wink.
weren't like, I can show you my lance.
Yes, I can show you my lance and how I use it.
You
It
are
has a
reflecting a
long
lot.
reach.
What'd you say, Eros?
Eros is looking between them and then between Keros. You all are reflecting a lot.
And as soon as you say that, like Karis is like fumbles, like he doesn't understand. Like what?
There's no way
Keros,
you couldn't have any idea.
I don't think I really don't think they know. I don't.
Lady Borgren, very.
Well, they're about to.
Lady Borgren, very kind of chuckles and says, "Nothing wrong with a little flirting between friends."
Oh, nothing at all. Nothing wrong with that.
It's me, I'm not one to judge flirtation. I was trying to do so earlier, but then my thunder was stolen by Sargeras. Again.
I'm so sorry.
He just kind of and just like starts eating.
Okay, so you talk about how they're flirting, and then you. Oh my God, Eros, I'm just going to just. They're not great at drinking. Like they don't drink a lot, so they're just going to chug whatever this is.
It's very good wine. And with that, I apologize, but I will be turning in for the evening. Matron Morva kind of rises, and like her children all stand up when she does. Please sit, stay, do not get up.
Ranagar. Oh.
Ranagar can react
He's
first
gonna do
before she
prop
says.
comedy.
Go ahead.
He's gonna jump up, and he's like holding trying to eat like a turkey leg, and he just like scrambles to be like, "Oh, babe, proper."
Please enjoy your meals, but I am gonna go rest. Politics has taken a lot out of me.
Understand.
I think Eros froze again.
It looks
Yeah.
like it, yeah.
Vex, you're frozen. And you're frozen in like the best pose possible. Just looks like you fell asleep playing D&D.
Right. Great. Unfortunate.
You're lagging out too. You're a robot. Well, we get that sorted. This seems like a good time to take our break. It is a little bit later than usual, so we will be back at 6:51 PST, which is 8:51 Central, 9:51 EST. So just for your time zone. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the gifted subs. Thank you for the subscriptions. And there was bits earlier. Thank you so much for that. Love you guys. And we'll be back in 10-ish minutes.
We're back.
I'm just saying.
Like the dinosaurs in the movie, we're back.
Wow, that is... I forgot about that movie until right now.
Everybody does.
I love that movie, even though it's like also terrifying.
Oh, it's horrifying.
Yeah. But I'm appreciating this this prediction going on.
Uh-huh.
I was like, I want to use this
Guys,
and see what it
vote
does.
Vote for yes.
Why? Because I voted no?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Look,
True.
I can pour in probably another 7,000.
Definitely vote no.
Vote yes, just to spite mimics.
Vote no to help
You're,
me.
okay, you're getting ready to change night from Q. I hope you realize that. And Q's not that nice, okay?
It's great because it's gonna come down from dice. That's all it's gonna be. It's just gonna be the dice. We're just gambling on dice. Not gambling. We're betting channel points, which does not mean anything and has no value. Please don't shut us down. I don't know who would shut us down. I had to get. Actually, I guess it'd be like liquor and gambling. Because I'm in Canada.
License.
Yeah, it'd be them. They'd be the ones to shut us down. I had to get permission for my company, which is called Faceless Gaming, to have gaming in the title. From them. I had to be like, hey, I don't have anything to do with gambling. Please let me have this in my title. Alright, so, over the break, I remembered that I do have an announcement. Not starting next week. I'll be playtesting next week. Maybe I'll stream the playtest, but it won't be like a formal stream. It'll just be up for people to watch. But starting afterwards, I'm going to start, probably on Tuesdays, is Baxter's Cellar of Madness Challenge. And what it is American Ninja Warrior, but D&D. So I will design a dungeon. It'll have 10 floors, and on each floor there will be a room equal to the number of floors. On the first floor there'll be 1 room, second floor 2 rooms, etc. Players have to get the key and then get to the trapdoor to get to the next floor. And they're trying to get through all 10 floors as quickly as possible. With traps and monsters and things in their way. The twist, however, is I won't be dungeon mastering. I will just be refereeing. So we will have 3 guest players and a guest dungeon master competing against each other to either get to get through the dungeon as quickly as possible or stop them dead in their tracks. And I'm going to have leaderboards for the teams and for the dungeon masters. And then later on, we'll bring back successful dungeon masters and players and have them battle it out in kind of a playoff style thing. But that is coming in the next couple weeks here. Here probably on Tuesdays. So look forward to seeing people there for that. With that said, let us continue our story.
Barovia!
Sometimes it's not about the or the
Yes, we don't care about the uwu or ala around here. We just care about Barovia.
Barovia.
I hate that. I hate that part. So I'm gonna keep just yelling Barovia until that becomes a thing.
Also,
Fair.
if anyone is in the chat right now who is one of the people who's asked me to do it, I know at least one of them saw your username pop up. There you go. It's their fault. Congratulations.
You're
Well,
welcome.
What can he say except you're welcome? You're over here though. You're actually down here specifically. So
See,
when we took our break, our heroes were enjoying a nice meal with the family members of House Mourveaux. Sir Lady Borogren Mourveaux, Sir Lady Uvi Mourveaux, and Matron Mourveaux, as well as their brother Torivar, Lord Torivar Longtooth. And Matron Mourveaux had just left the conversation after a string of very, very hilarious flirting went on. So, what would you guys like to do now?
Eros is going to look over towards the lovely half-orc. And in Orcish, now that the matron is gone, is going to say, Sir Karis may not have understood that he was flirting. I, however, understand very well.
Make a persuasion roll.
Okay. And
So
if
you
you'd
can
like
finish
to,
what you're saying.
explore that further.
Boy.
That's a 12. That's a 12.
In Orcish, she goes, I suppose that perhaps, another time.
A lovely word for no. No is fine place, however. Also in Orcish, and then going to cross their hands across their napkin and in common. I am quite tired. I will excuse myself. Guys, later date. She is going to stand, give a little head tilt, and walk off.
Alrighty. I just love this image of Ranagar just like shoveling in like so much food because still has the hunger of a dragon.
Karis, I think
I was
is
gonna
look-
say, as soon as the lady leaves, he's gonna kind of like glance at everybody and then just get up on the table so he can be closer to the food. And he's just like moving his way through. Like, I'm gonna eat everything that's still on the table.
Karis is gonna look at the half and is like, "What did you say to her? To Eros?"
Nothing. We just had a chat. Just, you know. And she's like, I am also going to turn in. I have work I must do for my mother before I head to sleep. It has been a lovely evening. I look forward to seeing you all again. And she stands up and leaves.
You as well. And Nikaris isn't going to get up. He's just going to start drinking more tea.
Okay.
After downing all that wine.
Nikaris, make a Constitution save.
Yeah, I was hoping you'd ask that. Oh, shit. That is... So what is a 4 plus... that is 4 plus 1, so 5.
The alcohol hits you like a freight train, just very suddenly. Like your vision is kind of blurry and like it's just struggling to stay focused on stuff, and your head is kind of spinning.
Oh,
Um,
oh, fuck.
and you have
Oh,
like
no.
very little, very little
He's
self-control.
just gonna start talking in infernal.
Oh, okay.
Oh, fuck. This is. Oh shit. Just drink more.
Water or tea or alcohol?
Tea.
Okay.
Tea. Alcohol is tempting though.
Nicaris, I think maybe you should slow
What?
down a
What?
little bit.
I'm drinking. I'm drinking tea.
Nukaris. As Nukaris says this, they have a wine glass in their hand, and they actually grabbed the wrong glass. They went to grab the mug, and they just grabbed the wine glass, and they're very much drinking wine.
Tea.
I think-
Good tea.
If Karis can reach it, like he's probably gonna grab.
You
the
have
tea.
you have 10-foot reach. You could probably reach it.
Yeah.
Your arms, you have 10-foot reach with a weapon. Your arms are not long enough to go over the super wide table that's designed for big
Yeah.
people. It's actually properly
Like,
scaled to you.
The mug with the tea in it is the other glass.
Oh no!
Yeah.
I'll get to that in a second.
Your friend is a bit of a lightweight, Lord Ranagar. Says that in actually out loud. Yeah, in common. And breaking character, Suruvi kind of chuckles and is like, "Yes, it is unusual. I forget what it's like to be around people who can get drunk."
I'm not drunk.
Ranagar responds to I forget his name, the Dragonborn. And he goes,
Torvor.
"That's an understatement."
Ranagar, you're so funny.
Norcaris, would you like me to arrange having someone escort you to your room to make sure you get there safely? The stairs are a bit
Escort?
steep. Not like
I
that.
mean, I don't really know. Sure, I don't. Decisions are difficult.
I think it would be wise.
And he kind of motions to one of the guards. Please escort Norcaris to their room and make sure that there is. Make sure a servant brings them water, and check
And
them
garlic bread.
periodically.
Oh wait, not garlic. I wouldn't say garlic bread.
Garlic
just
doesn't
like
work on
garlic bread.
vampires in D&D.
Yeah.
That's not a thing.
Yeah, yeah.
You could say garlic
I-
bread.
No, because I'm saying like gluten allergy here. I would apply that to Lucaris. Actually, no, he would want garlic bread. Yeah, garlic bread too.
All
Mm.
right.
And
Garlic breads
wine.
as well. No wine.
I
And
haven't
so
had
the
wine
guard,
in
the
so
guard kind of
long.
like comes over and like gently, but like with
Firmly.
strength, like kind of helps Norcaris up out of their chair and kind of like guides them out of the room.
How cute is the guard? Is it a
You
man-
can't tell
man or
they're
a woman?
wearing
Yeah.
full plate. They have the helmet
I
covered.
probably couldn't see anyway.
No.
Okay, I'll talk to you guys later. Can I try and sneak in wine glass with me?
You may try with disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Sleight of hand.
So, yeah, I'm looking at my stats right now. +3, so that is a 9.
Norcaris like very quietly tries to grab the wine glass and just knocks it over.
Oh shit! I'm so sorry.
No worries, no worries. And like a servant is already over, like cleaning up the wine glass, wiping it down, like. And Norcaris is very.
Prestidigitation that.
And now Norcaris is very, like, very firmly being led out of the room. Do not worry, he will be well taken care of. We will make sure that nothing happens to our guest.
We trust your hospitality. I think. So Uvi, would you want to do the walk now?
Yes, that would be lovely.
And he just kind of nods, kind of awkwardly, and smiles, and doesn't really know what else to do next. So he kind of like slowly gets up and
Please, I'll lead the way. And as she goes
As they're
by,
leaving, I do the hound dog thing again.
it's really funny you say that. So as that's going up next to Sir Karis on the other side of the table, Torvor kind of like grabs his sibling and like whispers something in her ear, and you can see her like do that, like where her blue skin goes like white on the cheeks again.
I wonder, like, how's Galahad and Lancelot feeling about this?
They've said nothing. They've been very like stone-faced.
Okay.
You're gonna find out what they're thinking after you leave.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
And so
sure.
as Karis and Sir Uvi exit, they actually, like, one of them gets up and walks over to you, Ranagar, and pulls out a little notepad and like scrawls out in like really rough writing, like you can tell they don't write very often. Basically being like, my brother doesn't think that this is gonna work out the way we all think it is. Do you think it is?
Which one's
Oh,
writing this out, Tiri?
Galahad. Galahad's writing that out to Ranagar. Galahad's basically
Oh,
being like,
fine.
there's like, me and my brother have a bet to see like whether or not this works out.
Oh, he's asking me if I think he's gonna
Yeah,
get it.
yeah. Do you think? And you can
Do
see
I
he's
know
like
anything?
his
Do I
stone
know
face
anything
is.
about undead?
You know, vampires. Vampires are more humanoid than undead.
Oh,
They bleed when they get cut. Like they still have blood flow and stuff. They're
oh, that's nice.
like they're undead, but like they still operate like people.
Ranagar, like between mouthfuls of food, is gonna be like, "Well, if any of those skills with his lands transfer over, I think he'll be just fine."
Oh, God.
And like this
And
again
then
for the
Ranagar is gonna try to like nudge him with his elbow and be like, "What if he's got a 15-foot reach in there? You know what I mean?"
oh my. Both of them again, that deep, hearty, like bear laugh. And Karis, you can still hear it like echoing as you're walking away. Like as the doors close behind you, it's very loud. And both of them
He's
are
like-
like losing their minds. Actually, Lancelot actually like hits the table and like shakes it a little bit. Torvar like is just dying as well, like this dragonborn with this like very like guttural, almost like growl kind of laugh.
Oh, Ranagar kind of glances and goes, "Sorry."
No,
Where's your
it's
sister.
my sibling is my sibling could use some relaxation, I think. They're a bit wound up. They did not they just became a knight recently, and the experience at House Volstov was not let's say up to specifications for a member of our house. It's actually caused quite a bit of issues between House Volstov and my mother. She is very
Oh,
protective.
well, how about that?
Our family motto is family first, and she is. Mother is very protective of all of us.
That's Karis's strategy. Become family. Always be protected.
Now the 9'6" vampire mommy is on your side and protecting you
Yeah.
from the other vampires.
You know, I knew a fellow once, human, bald. He had a thing for family too, and also driving.
Was he fast and furious?
He was an angry fella and quick too.
What was his name? Vinny?
Oh my god, I just realized his name is Vin, like VIN number, and then Diesel, as in the stuffed car.
Uh-huh.
His name's Car Car.
Car.
Dom at some point has snuck out and gone to bed. So that just leaves Ranagar and Torvar, who is like, well, it has been an entirely enjoyable evening, Lord Ranagar. I will be heading to bed myself. Please, the kitchen is well stocked, so eat to your heart's content.
Ranagar is gonna do that.
I bet Ranagar's going to.
I guess Ranagar is gonna eat until he physically can't eat anymore.
I want you to make a Constitution save for me, please.
Turns out Ranagar has IBS.
I rolled a 2.
Renegar, you actually
do
eat so
that.
much that you start to feel kind of ill, and then end
I
up
got
passing out on
4.
the table. You just fall asleep on the table, like
Perfect.
like literally like with like half a turkey like torn to pieces in front of you. You just gotta like, just like.
I'm content with this.
This is a good way to end the evening.
Amazing.
Sir Karis.
Yeah.
So the gardens around are they're lively. They're very structured and ordered, and they form kind of a ring, like a number of rings of different plants and bushes and whatnot out back behind the castle, still inside the walls. What?
I had a thought, but I rolled bad.
Oh no.
No, it's fine.
And it's dark. It's dimly lit, nighttime in a place that has no moon. Sir Karis, do you need a lantern or any sort of light?
No, my eyes are quite adept to light.
Good, good. And they've said very little the entire time. They've just been very.
Yeah, so he's so tell me, what is it like being a knight of your order?
Well, it's wonderful. It's everything I've always wanted. It was the training that was more of a problem. I am quite a bit smaller than the rest of my family and the rest of the nobility by and large. And so they were rather unkind about my size and strength compared to theirs. My mother has, well, she's been very cross with House Volstov as of late. As part of the training, they kind of let them be cruel, toughen me up sort of thing, but they seem to have forgotten what and who I am. Sorry, I'm just having a flashback, just picturing like Ubi getting like bullied by the knights, and the soundbite like talk to me, I talk back, and like her 9'6" mom comes bursting in. No, I can't get that out of my head.
I went through similar experience, but in my, I guess, knowledge and experience, it's not the size or physical strength of a person that brings value. It is what they stand for, what they're willing to fight for. Maintaining the word and their commitments. That is what true strength is. Even under circumstances that may try to sway us from those commitments.
That is a very lovely thought. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yes. Tell me, what is it that you want to fight for?
My family, my mother. Things in Barovia have certainly gotten worse in the last couple of years. Lord Strahd is really the one keeping things together. Lady Irina is respected, Sergei is respected by the people, but they're seen as soft by, well, my mother. Less so my mother. My mother appreciates their convictions. But certainly House Volstov and House von Karstein especially both see them as trying to curtail our better nature. And with Strahd being even more and more disappeared, I suspect that I may have cause to defend my home and my family before long. No one wants von Karstein to rule Barovia, but I suspect that that is the direction they want things to go. So I will fight.
And your order, is it, does it serve one, or is it you choose who you serve.
In theory, we serve Strahd, and in theory, we owe some loyalty to House Volstov. House Volstov is the Order, by and large. But oaths to them are secondary to the oath to my mother and to my house. I hope it does not get tested. But I don't know what House Volstov is planning. I don't know what they want. It is a time of uncertainty in Barovia. No one really knows what is happening or what is going on, and everyone is focused on their own territories.
Fear does bring about unique behaviors in people. They tend to lash out, try to seek opportunities where weakness they might try to exploit. Given my unique circumstance and not necessarily having a order to truly serve, and your family being so hospitable, if the need arises, you can call on me.
They're kind of very taken aback by that, and they smile for the first time, like really smile. Well, Sakaris, I will hold you to that.
And this is my commitment to you.
You
have my word.
You are very kind. I hope I can live up to deserve such a commitment.
It seems your company and the scenery, it's a good start.
Make a persuasion roll. I have to push a button to reward people for their...
I believe that is an 18. Yep.
18, eh? Alright.
Mhm.
Well, Sir Karis, it has been very nice. But I do have things I must do for my mother, so I will be heading to bed.
Right.
Boo!
I hope to do this again. I enjoyed your company more than I thought I would. No offense.
I know my appearance can be
Oh, it has
quite
nothing to do with
alarming.
your appearance. It has to do with you being a knight. My experience with knights has been rather poor.
I will not lie that things are very different here, and I'm trying to adjust. It seems my judgments have been correct thus far, and I am happy for it.
Well, I hope I can live up to that expectation as well. Good evening. And then they kind of very quickly rush off.
He kind of was like, did I say something? Yeah, like, has one of those moments. Probably awkwardly walks around a little bit more outside, but not too far away from like the manor or like the house. Safe distance type deal to kind of like process what just happened.
Yep.
Yeah. Those dice, man. Dice. I was trying.
You know what? So was I.
I'm sorry that I'm more charismatic than you are. That my bugbear is more
I'm sorry.
charismatic.
Oh, wait a second. Hold on.
sorry.
Hold on.
Are you
Before,
right now?
actually, hold on. DM mistake. Taking a step back here. You do have a 3 cheers inspiration.
Oh, I do. Do I?
Yeah, if you wanted to.
Oh,
Is that a
use
D4?
it!
If you wanted
D4 or
to,
D6?
it's a D4. If you wanted to add it, we'll retcon. We'll go back to that point. We'll save scum this and go
Oh,
back to that
please
moment.
do.
We'll do it. We'll do this.
I don't think I can get people's points back though.
That's
the
a
problem.
four. That is a
Come
4.
on. Well, then
That
I
is a
don't
4.
care. I want my points.
I'll have to figure out how to give people their points. I will make sure that people get the points they deserved. I know there's a way to do it.
And take away the points of the people who were wrong. It's
I can-
important to me
Yeah.
that those who were wrong
I can
don't get rewarded.
There is a way for me to adjust the points. So I'll make sure it gets corrected properly.
So, yeah.
It's 15.
So I rolled a 4 on the D4, so that brings it to 22.
Okay, so I actually do remember
That's
exactly
pretty
what I left. I do enjoy your company, Sokeros. Perhaps you would like to join me for a nightcap?
Hey, would.
That would be lovely.
And fade to black.
Yes.
I actually wish that everyone had agreed because I would like to listen to Words for Sale describe how a bugbear gets down.
You
With
can, you know what? You can subscribe to Words for Sale's OnlyFans, where
Yeah.
you can hear the
Where he
podcast recording of
explicitly
Sokeros
describes how
explicitly
Sokeros-
the explicit description of how Sokeros gets down.
Part of
I
it is
would not.
just using my, like verbal descriptions. So you can just close your eyes and listen as I paint the picture.
So who was it who voted yes? I need your names.
It was I put in like
There was
6.5
Patrick?
Yeah,
stupid
Patrick,
points.
Lexi did because I gifted the sub to Lexi for voting yes. And I
Okay.
believe if you go through chat, it actually and scroll up,
Does it
it'll
tell
show
me?
you who voted yes and who voted no. Yep.
I might
Like
have
there's a
to
little
look.
icon.
Right, perfect.
Like so, Bedazzled
Yeah,
voted yes.
Bedazzled, Lexi.
Druid Geek, Trader, Druid Geek. Yeah, you
Okay,
voted
yeah, I
no.
got it. Yeah, Bedazzled, Lexi, and you. Okay.
Thank you.
Patrick.
That's right. Let's go team yes.
I
Let's go
apologize
team
for-
yes on the buzzer.
Oh, and Kitling, yeah, voted yes as well. So
All right, cool. I will make sure that I adjust the
Yeah.
points accordingly to make sure that goes the way it's supposed to.
I mean, I'm sorry, Faye, that I upstanded your like desires to get some tonight, but I'm sure there's going to be plenty of opportunities. And this is probably Karis's one and only.
There's-
Oh, please.
Watch it be. Watch it be because you said that all of the roles for Arrow seducing people suck for the
Yeah.
rest of the campaign.
I think it'd
Just
be really
because-
funny if only Sir Karis gets some every time we go anywhere. That's what I want.
Sir
That's-
Karis
that's
just
how-
like just stumbles his way from
I
like
want
ring to
him
ring.
to
It's not
goofy.
the horny bard, it's the horny paladin.
gets
and
that like
horny cleric paladin. Yeah.
gets that diplomatic
Clown.
protection. Yeah.
Maybe
With
Alright,
that
were you
said-
well
maybe his,
protection?
they let's just say they
his
get
oath is to
holy
clap
fucked.
cheeks.
he is the paladin of throwing it back.
the paladin of
Wait, was
holy
he getting
fuck.
pegged?
Probably.
Not
you
with
know
that
what?
lance.
'Cause he's also a cleric.
Okay.
I don't know
Can
why
you
that-
move past this though, please?
You're the one who asked that question. No one else asked that question. All right. So, does anyone else have anything they'd like to do before bed?
Are there guards just all around my room?
There's a guard outside of your door. Yes.
But we have adjoining rooms, right?
Oh, you're passed the fuck out.
Oh fuck.
Make a
Aw,
make a
I
con
wanted
save.
to
Sorry,
be
make a
shenanigans.
con save. Actually,
Okay.
that's not fair.
I'll
of me to
roll
just
this
put
on
it in.
D&D Beyond.
Okay, I'm not gonna see it, but
Yeah.
is D&D Beyond working now?
I
Yes, it
will.
is.
It is now, I think.
It is good.
What was it? Because I can't see it.
It's a 2. That one for a 2.
Yeah,
Oh.
you actually Nerkaris actually got carried to bed because
passed
they
out, like,
passed
at
out
the stairs.
like on the guard, and the guard just sort of like picked them up and just like kind of like carried them under the arms. It was like their feet are like dragging, like bang,
Put it
bang,
on
bang
your
with each
eyes.
step.
Ow.
They're not hurt. It doesn't
That's
hurt.
rude.
It's just like
Still,
The guard's not here
it's
to
my
like.
choice to carry.
Yeah, the guard is not.
Hospitality.
I feel like Nergaris is lucky that the guard doesn't eat him at this point.
You know what?
Like not in a
It
fun
would
way, in a
really
like
be
genuinely
something.
just like Nergaris dies in his
No.
sleep, getting chewed up by a vampire guard.
As long as it's
Um,
not the neck, it's good.
Imagine-
That's-
Yeah,
Eros
I'm
or
not gonna
Ranagar, I
say
guess,
that,
passed out on
so.
the table. So Eros, is there anything you'd like to do before bed?
Go
I
for
have
that
something,
second
I don't know.
attempt at seduction.
Yeah, no. Eros knows how to take no for an answer. I know this can baffle some people.
I'm not-
No. Not you. Not you. I'm not throwing shade at you.
That wasn't.
I want to clarify. I want to clarify that. No,
I understand.
Eros is going to start playing their pan flute, and like literally have a little dance party of one in their room.
Okay.
Going to sleep.
You're playing the mute. Are you setting the mood for Karis?
I don't think the particular song that Eros is playing would be beneficial.
So after that, you go to sleep. So everyone's gone to sleep now, or is at least in bed.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I have.
Okay.
I'm sure the stamina of a vampire is probably extensive.
I feel like Sargeras has bitten off more than he can chew, maybe. But
Pun intended.
He's a valiant knight. He's gonna give it his college try.
I can't believe I'm saying this. Make a performance roll using Constitution.
Okay.
You make a con roll.
Eros is gonna be on the other side of the wall playing the pan flute.
No, they're in a completely different part of the house.
I am
I
not
know, I
20.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Sargeras does not disappoint.
Goddamn right he did.
Sargeras
He's
absolutely.
really inspired by these night stories.
Sargeras is really. It's great. Sargeras does a great job. All right. Remember when I was talking about those weird
Apparently he
tonal
has-
shifts? Now that everyone's gone to sleep, Eros.
No.
Just no.
Just no.
Oh, this is not the song that I wanted. Music. Why you out
I
me like
have a
this?
dream about dancing very happily. Right?
Why? On my website, I have to reload it. I'm clicking songs and it's not playing the right song. This is interesting. All right. Thanks, song. I'm glad I. That'll work. That's nice and
Oh, I'm not
sinister.
even gonna be able to hear what song it is.
Yeah, we'll get that set up for next time. Eros,
That's valid.
as you slumber, you drift back home and wander the village. The vibrant, almost glowing green of the Feywild is all around you. Small beads of blue light drift and bob in the air, floating away gently as you walk close to them. You can hear children laughing and playing, and someone is playing a pan flute. The smell of fresh baking as you passed old Ducius's house. You'll have to return once the baking is cooling in the windows. And then you reach your home. You can see the light of a fire flickering in the window, which is odd at this time of day. The door opens, and your brother, Nicholas, steps out. He approaches you, slowly, his face uncharacteristically unhappy. Eros. The firelight in the hut's window grows brighter. Remember. The rest of the village vanishes, hyper-focusing you and your brother in the hut. Answers and questions. The tips of flames lick out of the hut's windows and under the door. Remember. The village around you isn't gone. It's just choked out by smoke. Who did this? It is not a question. The hut erupts. Fire extends in all directions, consuming your brother. The smoke becomes a silhouette of a massive creature with wings extended. Your brother steps from the charcoal smoke, his right arm burned to near uselessness, one of his horns bent awkwardly, his clothes tattered and charred. There are screams and cries suddenly around you as the smoke monster leaps and flies and Flyer follows it. Your brother walks up to you with his good hands, reaches up to his face and gently tugs, pulling off his face as if it were a mask. Underneath is a smooth, honey-colored... I don't know how to describe it. It's just smooth and honey-colored underneath. Like he's like a mask with no features on it, no face, no features of a face, just a just the smooth honey colored kind of see-through material. Small indents where the eyes would be. Mouthlessly, you hear Nicholas' voice yelling, "Who?" Again, it is not a question. Then there's a terrifying roar and a burst of light and heat as a wave of fire engulfs you. Can you make a wisdom saving throw with disadvantage, please?
Yes. I don't want to, but yes. I am physically able to do this. 14.
Okay. So everyone else, you may take the benefits of a long rest. Eros, well, you do not suffer exhaustion. You do not get the benefits of a long rest. Nothing that refreshes, your health does not go up, etc. And you also suffer 11 points of psychic damage when you wake up.
Was that a never mind. Doesn't matter.
So, back to Barovia.
Barovia!
Barovia! I'm sure Karis was probably yelling quite a bit.
Oh God.
Specifically Barovia. That is what he yells during.
Yeah.
For the honor of Barovia.
Yeah. For Barovia!
So, the next morning, you awaken refreshed, except for Eros, who awakens with a splitting headache. And actually, when you wake up, there's a little bit of like blood dripping from your nose. A little bit of nose dripping from your.
A little bit of nose everywhere.
Yeah, there's just your nose is everywhere.
God,
It's,
my
your nose exploded. It's everywhere. But there's a little bit of blood dripping from your nose as you awaken. What would everyone like to actually? No, yeah. What does everyone do when they wake up?
Karis is gonna get out of these clothes.
Nakaris, you're actually
Probably
changed.
vomit on himself.
No, you were taken care of. You're clean, changed, taken care of.
Oh God. Ooh. I'm gonna feel for the choker and look for the scarf.
The choker is not there. It's placed nicely on your bedside table.
He's actually just gonna put that on and then wrap the scarf around. As long as the scarf is still there.
Yeah, your clothes are still there. Everything's still there. It's just someone
I just want to make sure the scarf is still there.
Yep.
Particularly.
Yep, still have the scarf.
Okay. I'm gonna have the name Cordelia on the outside of it still. Like,
Okay.
make sure that's outside.
Yep.
And I'm gonna go check it on Eris because they left immediately.
Okay. Before that, Ranagar, you actually wake up in your bed as well.
Aw. He was gonna go back to eating.
It's funny you say that. There's actually a little plate that's already like prepared of like like some cold food and like not cold like chilled, like cold as in like it is not, it's food that isn't even warm. There's like some
He starts eating.
there's like some breakfast.
He
just
starts
made of
eating and just sort of like wandering around.
Okay. So Nakaris, you go looking for Eros.
Just gonna go to their room and knock on the door.
And I'm just gonna
Yeah.
quickly like wipe the blood from their nose.
Yeah.
Just
May I come in?
give me just a moment.
Oh, is something the matter?
No, everything is
in-
fine.
Can I insight check that?
You can with disadvantage because you can't see them. Eros, make a deception
I
check.
can't see them. Just the. Yeah.
Because the door's in the way. Eros, make a
What the
deception check.
Fuck. Oh God.
I couldn't
Yeah,
find deception for a second. It didn't exist. That is a 12.
9.
That's fine. You get there a little flustered, but they could also just not be wearing any clothes. Actually, knowing Eros, they're probably not wearing any clothes.
No.
Okay, well, put some clothes on. I just wanted to come in and check on you, see how you're doing.
Eros is definitely naked. Eros is going to, actually go pull something on, and try to get all of the blood cleared up before going over and opening the door.
All right. Make a. I don't know what check to make that. Make a. Just roll me a d20.
Okay. 10.
Okay.
Oof.
All right. Cool. And then you open the door.
Yeah.
You'll see that Nakaris is getting ready to cast thaumaturgy to open the door.
That won't unlock it.
I know, but I was just gonna like send the door
Gotcha.
a bit. Oh, okay, that makes it much easier. Okay. I'm just gonna give them a once-over glance.
Make a perception roll.
Perception. Where is perception at?
Somewhere in the abyss. In
Somewhere
the
over
great
the
ether.
rainbow. 4! Not 1! The dice really love me tonight, guys.
Eros, you have no idea how Nakaris doesn't notice the blood that's like stained. Like it's kind of hidden, but like there's still like a little bit of a stain.
Arrow sucks at hiding things. Nakaris sucks more at figuring them out.
Nakaris
Yeah.
is really hungover, to be fair. Like
That's entirely fair.
I just wanted to see if you were okay. Oh,
oh,
we lost?
This is the night of losing people to bad
Yeah.
internet. This is the night.
anyway, continue.
I just wanted to see how you're doing. You look okay. How are you feeling? You left very quickly last night.
I am feeling fine. I was very tired this night.
Understandable. It's a rough first day. Especially, it's actually your first day here was actually quite tame. Well, first few days were quite tame.
Yes. I actually quite enjoyed it. Yeah, it's a lovely place.
It is. I wouldn't say lovely. Mind if I come in and we close the door? I don't want. And then he'll look around just because guards and be like,
Eros is going to hesitate for a second, like look between them. Yes, of course. And
okay, I don't want to bother. We'll go in, we'll close the door.
wait, quick question. No, the blood was just on his nose. It didn't get on the sheets or anything, right?
Did you check?
No.
Can I look in the room?
Yeah. There's no blood on the sheets. It was
There's
just
no-
it was just a little bit on your face, and it like trickled down your
Okay.
nose.
I bet if I rolled it'd be like a 2 or something, so it wouldn't even mattered. I'm a terrible friend. Yeah. Yes. Barovia, obviously it's not safe, and he's gonna cast message. I don't think we can trust anything here, even though they're being hospitable. Feels
I
too
think
good
that's
to be
good
true.
advice for anyone. Maybe
No,
just
like-
accept it.
Accepting things is not the easiest.
It's incredibly difficult.
Oh, trust me, I know. I
I'm
know
not
better than
that
a lot of
cool.
people.
You don't need to prove yourself to me.
Oh, I'm not trying to prove myself, Eros. I'm trying to make a friend. I
Can
don't
I-
have many of those.
Can Eros tell the tone that really pick up on the tone that Nakaris is using at the moment?
Okay, so you trying to mask your intent? Actually, make an insight check,
Mostly-
Vex. Eros?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I should
Um,
roll a bit of a deception. Not much, but a little bit of deception.
23.
Okay, Are the dice gonna be nice to me for once tonight? No, they're not. Not at all. 11. Um, he's being honest, but he's holding a lot back. I don't have many friends, so I'm trying to make some. And you seem like the nicest person in this group. Ranagar is great and very sweet, but they're also extremely cocky. And apparently they had mortal combat deaths or something. Sarkaris gives me adorable vibes. But I don't see our as... We keep not having that drink I keep asking about. Just assuming it's not going to happen at this place. And Dominic doesn't really talk to me. Or if they do, it's weird. Don't know why. So I'm trying to bond and understand people.
Well, I am, of course, happy to have you. You don't have to. I will never ask for an explanation from you. I will never pry. I do, however, want to let you know that when it comes to the others, maybe get them in their element. Get them talking or doing something that they might seem to enjoy, and I can help you with that. And I think things might go a little smoother trying to.
So get Sarkaris to hit me with a sword or a lance or something.
Spar!
Oh God, no. No, I have... And he's gonna pull up his whip. I have this. That would end poorly for me.
I don't mean an actual spar, Nikeris. I mean one between friends, one that's more play, one that's more fun than actual fighting. It needn't even involve proper weapons. Find sticks, just in the woods.
He'll still beat the ever-living shit out of me. Have you seen his
I-
arms?
I think, of all people here, Sarkaris can show restraint.
Oh, definitely. I don't know. You didn't see? I made a complete fool of myself last night. I drank
Good.
a little too much. No, it's not good. I don't lose control. I try not to. I don't like people seeing me slip up.
Once again, I won't ask why. That is not my personal business unless you choose to tell me. I will, however, once again, let you know that is... We as people are not perfect. We are incapable of perfection, and we shouldn't have it. Perfection is no fun. It's overrated. It tires you out. It doesn't reward you as much as people seem to think it does.
Perfection's all that I know.
Then learn something else. And learn it with me. I can show you a little bit what it's like to be imperfect.
Maybe. Although, I don't think that's a good idea considering that name they kept mentioning last night. It's familiar. I need to stay on my A game. Otherwise, I could lose everything again. I'm not. Again, you don't have to say. You don't. I won't tell you anything. I'm not going to. I'm going to be very upfront about that. But I would like to loosen up a tad bit, not much. I don't know about defacing property. That's never been my thing. But this place seems a little dull. Those vampires, they don't know fun. They were talking like a dance is something they haven't seen in a long time. And I don't think the people have seen one in a much longer time. So if we're ever out in the town together, let's see about changing that, shall we?
I think I have just the thing.
I'm gonna look at the pan pipes.
Well, maybe 2 things.
I actually know how to play those.
Me too.
I actually know how to play a lot of instruments. A lot of them. Actually, all of them, I think. Most of them. I don't know. I might be a vocalist, but I have dabbled in a lot of randoms.
I do play, but I'll admit, dance is more my specialty.
Well, whenever we do what we do, I'll be happy to see you at play, at work, whatever it is.
And I'll be happy to see you with a little less of a stick up your ass.
Oh, hun. You might think it's a stick up my ass. No, it's not. I have fun, just a different way.
Of course.
And you don't have to tell me your backstory. You don't tell me about anything to do with your wrist or any of the tension I felt from you last night. But I'm here if you need to talk.
I appreciate it.
No problem. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to barf up everything.
Please do it elsewhere.
Oh no, not here. Oh God, no. I already spilled a wine glass last night. I don't want to know what's going to happen if I fuck something else up.
Nothing.
Oh
We
no.
need to create something bigger, if anything goes wrong.
No.
He'll give a wink, and then he'll back away, just hands up.
Yeah. Okay. He's going to thaumaturgy the door open, walk out, thaumaturgy it close, and then find the nearest place to go puke.
Eros is going to heave a sigh and just... everything drained. And then he's going to check out, just make sure Lucaris isn't close by, and just try to head down to find something to eat for breakfast.
You're muted again there, buddy.
God! Yeah! I hate it. I can't stop playing with dice, and I don't want that rattling in the background. You guys are doing this awesome role play. Eros, you have a little bit of blood spill from your nose, right after Nakaris leaves. Literally, Nakaris leaves, and it's just like...
Nakaris has done nothing this session other than get drunk.
Ranagar. While you're wandering about eating, a servant approaches you. And says, Lord Ranagar, a letter was delivered, addressed to the dragon. I assume that is you.
What? What did I just turn 11? And he takes the letter.
Read another book.
I really like that Ranagar seems to... I'm like, for whatever reason, he makes fourth wall references.
Ranagar likes breaking the fourth wall. The letter is very simple. It says, first off,
Welcome to
Triceratops,
Hogwarts.
you will treat my characters as people, not as things. With that sentence. Anyway, so the letter is kind of cryptic.
Good lord.
I mean,
Just read the chat.
Karis has done a person and things.
Anyway, but it basically says, if you wish to meet our mutual friend, go to this location. And there's a little hand-drawn map of the local area, and it shows crossing a bridge and then an area in the woods off to the north. And then it's signed Lydia, which you'll remember is the werewolf that you met on day 1 at session 1.
Oh, okay. I was
Yeah.
confused. I didn't know if it was my secret midnight friend.
No,
or...
This is your the party's collective friend, and the instructions are to meet there tonight.
Oh, fun. I'm gonna wander back towards finding Karis.
You're gonna go find Sir Karis.
Yeah.
Would Ranagar even know?
he's just gonna wander around till he does.
Well, I mean, we have adjoining rooms, don't we?
But
I
Sir
think
Karis
it's
isn't
not
in his
That's
room.
not what Karis
Yeah.
do.
Karis
Oh,
is
but
not
Ranagar.
in
I don't know if
his
Ranagar
room.
knows that. Now that I'm
Oh
thinking
wait. Oh, Ranagar is gonna go to a guard and go, "Where is the elf lady's room?"
As you said, that guard's like, "You will show more. It's fine. It's fine." And Lady Boragor comes up. Sir Lady Boragor comes up and is like, "Come, let us go and awaken your friend and my sibling. They have been sleeping for far too long, and my mother has been asking for."
Oh, we ain't sleeping.
You are now.
Morning. This is morning ritual.
Karis is tired.
Ranagar, I guess, goes along with what is this? The orc?
Yeah, it's the half orc.
Half orc?
Daughter. Yeah, and so she leads you through so there's the one big door that has like what is basically a carving of Matron Mourveaux on it, and she leads you into that, and it leads into another hallway, and then left, and she's like she leans down to you. She actually like kneels all the way down to you and is like, "So, what do you think the odds of them still being asleep are?"
Ranagar kind of chuckles to himself. He goes, "Well, if he fights anything like he fucks, they'll be at it all night. He's a stubborn bitch."
As are they. My sibling is well, good. I'm happy for them. She could use a little bit of.
Yeah, maybe this will sort out some of his rougher edges. he could use a bender like this.
And then she's gonna bang on the door. Sir Karis, you are awoken to the banging on the door, and you are alone at this point.
Oh. He kind of sort of has like this internal panic because like they're alone in the room, no idea where they are, and just kind of like starts looking for his clothes. Doesn't even respond.
They're folded nicely on the bed, and there's a little note on them.
Okay, he's gonna read the note.
It just says, "Apologies for rushing off. I thoroughly enjoyed last night. I will be holding to your word, and hope I can see you again. But I must go. I have work I must do." And then it's signed Uvi at the bottom with like a big flourish.
Um.
Bang,
Yeah, so
bang, bang
he-
on the door again.
Just one moment.
Yes, fine. Is my sister in there? Or my sibling in there?
No, they said, they had some work to attend to.
Where the fuck? Alright, well, excuse me, Lord Ranagar. I must find my sibling. This is not nearly as funny for me as I expected it to be, but I thoroughly hope you are able to razz Sir Karis a fair bit.
Oh, don't you worry. It's what I'm like really good at.
I have no doubt.
Now that they become BFFs.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
I'm really
And then she walks off.
annoying. He goes, and he just barges in because that's how Ranagar rolls.
I would say like
The door's locked.
one leg. Oh.
No, the door's unlocked. The door's unlocked. I realized that she left. They left. So the door would be
Yeah,
unlocked.
banging right in.
Just boom.
What one leg in
Do I
his
see a
pants.
bugbear penis?
Yes.
Oh gosh.
Do I?
Yeah. If you've only got 1 foot in advance, there's no way.
Like his arm could be covering, like like
Ranagar is gonna
His
look
arm's
at
not
his
covering
penis,
anything.
and then he's gonna look up at him and go, and then not say anything else. Get dressed, you lug.
Renegar is able to, or Karis, you were able to get dressed shortly afterwards.
Yeah. He keeps the note.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
Aww.
Ranagar kind of chuckles. He's like, I really want to make fun of you right now, but you know, I think we have more pressing matters.
Yes. What do you? I mean, what are you talking about?
We just got a letter. So what
I wonder-
episode I got? To
I
do
wonder who it's
Ranagar's
from.
Blues.
I wonder.
This episode I got a letter.
Yeah.
I am Blue. I am Blues. I am the dog from Blues Clues.
So that makes
that is what
Sir
Ranagar is.
I need fan art of Renegar as Blue and Sir
I will
Karis
make it myself.
drawn up
As
as
Steve?
Steve. Yeah, Steve. So
Yeah,
it's just a
Steve.
bugbear with like the
Steve
green
and
shirt.
Blue.
Yeah.
This is just their dynamic now.
We
Yeah.
just got a letter.
I wonder who it's from. Can you tell me?
Ranagar looks around to see if they'll be overheard. DM.
Make a persuasion roll or a perception roll. Sorry. I mean, you have an empty room. You could just duck inside the room actually and close the door.
Oh, okay. So I just close the door. And then I'm like, we got a letter from our furry friends. You know, the ones we murdered? The one I spared?
Oh, yeah, yes.
Yeah, that one. You know. And then he does like a little wolf howl with his druid. Is that on the nose enough for you?
You didn't have to do the wolf howl. Like,
I thought it was properly cinematic.
yes, it was very
Anyway, they sent us a letter with a map. They want to meet us tonight.
all right. Well, I guess. I mean, I don't think.
Should we
we're beholden
assemble the
anywhere.
team?
Looking at the map, Sir Karis, it'll take a better part of the day to get there.
Yeah. I mean, I don't believe we're beholden here. I think we can make the journey. It'll probably take about a day to get there. So.
Remember why we came here, but did we do whatever it was we were supposed to do?
Yes, we delivered the letter to the matron and
That was it.
watched that execution. That was so conveniently timed to our arrival.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
You know, you see a person die 1,000 times. You've seen it once.
I mean,
What's so special?
it's one of those things that you just kind of like push deep down into the recesses of yourself, so you don't have
all
to deal with
that, I guess.
Yeah. But yeah. Yeah, I think we could head out. I mean,
Should we go find, you know, everyone?
do you think they're gonna say anything?
Oh yeah, they're definitely gonna say something. When I've got time, I've got some zingers. I'll be honest. If we don't get there fast
Karis
enough.
has no fucking clue, so you don't have to worry.
Well,
Karis is gonna find
you
it.
don't have to worry about the tiefling because he can't hold his liquor, and the satyr, well, they'll probably just pat you on the back. So really, you just have to worry about me. I'm going to be relentless about this. Oh, and your boys, they had a bet going. I think Percival lost. He starts walking out.
He's just kind of like sitting there, like,
Welcome to being objectified.
it's like, oh no, in his head. Yeah. He follows.
I guess we go looking for the party.
Okay.
Yeah, we go looking for salt and pepper.
And Dom. Don't forget about Dom.
Nope. You're able to find
That's
the rest of the
paprika.
party, and then Eros is actually in the dining hall, which is empty aside from Eros. But instead of sitting on a chair, is actually sitting on the table, cross-legged, eating, like just with their hands. They've got like bowls of food around them, and they're just eating with their hands.
Yeah. Eros looks tired.
Yeah, Eros is in pretty rough shape.
I don't think Eros has actually like ended up cleaning any of the other blood off of him. He's just sort of wiped it and just went to eating. He's fucking tired.
So as you all enter the dining hall,
Were we alone?
yeah, there's no guards inside the dining hall, and then you can close the doors behind you.
Oi, we got a letter. Well, I got a letter. Because I'm very important and fancy like that. You know, I've always got correspondence. You know, I've been around a long time. Got a lot of friends.
We get it.
Anyway, you weren't there, Arrows, but we killed, you know, some wolves that turned into people. And then I spared one of them because I'm magnanimous. You know, when the mood strikes. Anyway, they want to meet us.
That's kind of different than how I remember it, but you know, we'll just go with it.
I distinctly recall sparing that one.
I distinctly recall being the one to speak to them, but anyways, it's not important.
I
It's the
spared
details.
them.
Yeah, well, anyways.
I didn't see you covering the distance when they ran off. Yeah, with your heavy ass armor. Who was the one that turned into a dragon? Flew over, stood in front of him, intimidated him to stop. Pretty sure it was me.
But you know, I was kind of busy, you know, taking all the hits, and you know.
Plus,
All right, you're both pretty.
You're like 20 feet tall, covered in armor. Isn't that your job?
I mean, you're apparently a dragon, so you know. If anybody
I was a blue dragon at the
Eros is
time,
gonna
which is more
throw
like a
food at
support
both
role.
of them. Eros is throwing food at both of them.
the fact that he's like the
Turkey
fact
legs of both.
Ranagar tries to catch one.
Eros, make a ranged attack roll, please. Make 2 ranged attack rolls. One for Sarkaris first, and then Ranagar. So you just like eat food at them. I muted myself again and
Nat
forgot.
20, please.
I'll just roll twice. They're both now one, so they're both.
Oh gosh.
They are not. How do you guys see the rolls? It's not updating on my screen.
It's not updating on mine either.
Oh, okay.
We're seeing on D&D Beyond. Not D&D Beyond.
Roll 20.
I roll 20.
Gotcha.
Oh.
So Eros goes to throw this food, and instead of like releases their hands too early, so instead of throwing it at you, just throws it up, and it just ends up splattering all over them. They're just sitting there like, you can see like dried blood. They've got bags under their eyes. They just looked exhausted with like food, like scattered all over them, like stuck up on their satyr horns, and like caught in their jewelry. And they're just sitting there like, of course.
Ranagar looks from Eros back at Karis and goes, "You two had very different nights."
Tom just very quietly is like, yes, the knight had quite the night. It's like the first thing Tom said.
I think I'm in more pain from that than when we woke up this morning.
Am I there?
Yeah, you're all there. The Avengers are assembled, or the Scooby Gang.
Oh god,
we're
you
much
do
more the
look a lot
Scooby
more
Gang.
rough than last time I saw you, Eros. Do you need any healing?
Actually, yes.
Okay, don't worry about it. I
Did you not get any sleep?
Does not look like they have. Their eyes. Would you like to bite down on something? Actually, no, he wouldn't say that. He doesn't know. He's gonna cast he's gonna just simply lay his hand on this is gonna hurt. Lay his hand on Eros and cast first level cure wounds.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
I
Roll
do,
a nat
yeah.
one. I fucking dare you. I'm waiting for the nat one to happen. I have a chart, and I'm waiting for the nat one to happen.
It's true!
What is it?
It's a nat one,
Yes!
you meanie!
So, Nukaris goes to lay their hand on. They start the incantation, and there's this like red light that comes out of their throat. And as they're holding you, very suddenly there's kind of this more of a burning sensation at your hands, and then their Karis gets thrown across the room into the wall, just like boom, as there's this like loud like kind of screaming sound as their handkerchief goes one way, and then the force of the blast from their neck throws them into the wall. It doesn't do any damage to you, Arrows, but it does do.
How much damage is it doing to me? Also, I'm wearing the choker underneath the scarf, so they can't see shit.
The choker is broken. It melted the choker. Like you
Oh,
actually have
shit.
like, oh yeah, I'm actually gonna deal a little fire damage too.
I'm resistant to fire, thank God.
All right, so it'll be 8 points of fire damage before resistances, and then 8 points of bludgeoning, as like the choker's actually melted, like almost completely like melted and then like been blown apart. So there's like chunks of like now cooling liquid metal on the ground. I'm so happy you rolled an that one. It's a really good thing I wasn't doing different spell.
You literally
You did this
caused
to you.
it. You manifested.
I'm so happy. I'm glad I have that power.
When Nakaris goes flying by, Ranagar goes, "Huh? So that's what happens."
What?
The guards, like the
Very
doors burst
gross.
open and the guards come in and they look around. Is everything okay?
Yeah. He blew himself up. It's good.
Yes, that seems to be a bit of a.
Very well.
I'm
I
fine.
think the alcohol has did not agree with our friends.
Make a
and,
persuasion roll with advantage, because Ranagar is
okay.
assisting with what they said.
Eros is gonna walk over and use Hands of Healing.
That you said persuasion?
Yep.
Dirty 20.
The guards are like, very, very well. We will send someone to clean up after you're
Sorry.
done. And they kind of look at the mess and like look at each other and then just turn and leave and close the doors behind them.
I'm gonna get the scarf.
The scarf is pretty badly charred.
Eros
There's
is
actually
gonna
like
walk
burn marks
over.
on it. It's still, you can still see the name, but like part of it has actually been like burned away.
Eros
So-
will be the one to see that he actually cries seeing it burned, and he's just going to hold it close.
Yeah.
The source of this energy, like, how does it feel to Karis?
It's arcane.
Like,
Actually,
My
you know
God,
what?
It's magic.
Make
cause like,
a
Because-
religion check for me.
yeah, cause like I remember when our first battle with the werewolves. Like,
Yeah,
it-
make a
Well,
religion check for
he
me.
felt it. I cast
Yeah,
healing
he
word on it
did.
twice.
Yeah.
I cast twice.
Yeah,
Can I
Ranagar,
make
go
a
ahead.
check?
Yeah, actually,
Oh,
Sir Karis, do with an
healing.
advantage
I
because you
saw.
felt it before.
So you said religion or
Yeah, religion
Oh,
with
cool.
advantage.
I rolled a 19.
Nice.
What is this? Arcane? Arcana?
It'll be
religion?
Arcana or religion, whichever you prefer. It'll be religion for Sir Karis specifically.
so that's a 21.
That's
Okay.
+1. They're both intellect. So then a
So
20, dirty 20.
both of you aren't. There's not obvious causes, but there are ways that magic can go out of control. And what you get the sense is that it's not Nerkaris' fault necessarily, obviously because they blew themselves against the wall. But there's some sort of
I threw it
corruption
back too hard.
that's that's interfering and influencing their arcane. Because the arcane is actually very like it's almost cold, like it's very cold, very calculated, a very like specific type of magic, and it's very controlled, right? Like magic does exactly what it says it does and nothing else. This is magic that's been corrupted, it's been tainted. The most common causes are demons. Not infernals so much. Infernals are actually really good at controlling the arcane, but demons, monsters of different kinds of monstrosities, and primordials. And that's actually Karis where you see. Eros, you can make a. You can
What
make
do
a
you mean?
wisdom, just to make a wisdom check for me, because this is experience based.
I was gonna say it might be history.
You don't want to make a history
No,
check
no,
with
wisdom.
Eros.
I don't want to make a history
I
check with
promise.
my intelligence. But I was just saying.
You're big dumb thembo, himbo, bimbo.
20.
Yeah. So you've experienced this very specifically at one point in your life. when magic and the abilities that you have are corrupted by an outside source.
Eros is going to kneel down, put a hand, and then gently, without touching the neck, try to tilt Nikaris' head up to look at him.
He is not looking. He is holding onto the scarf, and Eros can see he is crying just looking at the scarf.
They're going to be alright.
This is all I have left.
It's not gone. Nor are you. I know it feels that way. I know it feels like everything you have, everything you've known is slipping away from you. It's right here.
It's not right
Eros is-
here. It's in Waterdeep. It's before everything went to shit. It's before I lost everything because of a stupid break after a concert. It's because people do terrible things and they get away with it every single time.
Eros is going to hold Nikaris' face and look them dead in the eye if possible, like using a little bit of force if necessary.
Every
That
single time.
they don't. They don't have control over you. Maybe a mistake happened, maybe awful things happened, maybe you lost everything. But as long as you are still here, as long as you still have those memories, as long as you still exist, so does everything else. It's cliche, but nothing can ever be fully taken away from you.
Thing is, even if I have the memories, Eros, I still lost. And he's gonna look at everyone else. You saw. You probably felt it. Point at Zagaris. This, and he'll hold on to his neck, and he'll put the scarf down.
What was done to you? It is wrong. It was unfair. It was
Renegade
Very-
is getting real mad.
Real mad?
and
Yeah, he's getting real mad.
Oh no.
you did not deserve what happened to you.
And how do you know what happened?
You remember the creature that we fought?
Shadow thingy.
This is called an Elip. It
Oh.
is
Can I roll to see what the fuck that is?
After, yeah. Yeah, give it
Yeah.
It is a creature that held a great secret, of what secret I have yet to figure out, but it did implant some memories when I died. You were among them. What happened to you, I saw. But it was not from the perspective of the killer, but from above. Someone else was there.
Oh. That's just lovely, isn't it? More people wanted me dead.
Probably
Or
still do.
there's more to this than meets the eye.
Did you see me drown in my own blood? That no one was there. In an instant, I became nothing. I saw
That's
a
not true.
fucking I saw a fucking crystal bridge and I was walking towards a fate of unknown. That's how I know we're not in the afterlife. How I know, yes, we died, but we're not gone like we should be. That's how I know we're not dead. Dead.
And that's how I know that you are not nothing. Because only those of extraordinary abilities and have the opportunity to do more with their life. They are chosen for something. It is unfair because we have no control over our own fate. But you were at least important enough to be given another opportunity. And for one, I am happy you are here.
I'm happy to have met all of you.
And just think, if you didn't get brutally murdered, we all would never have met.
I think
What is
you
that?
all would have met without me.
Really?
not-
'Cause I don't
I will
remember
s-
being
I-
pulled out of a pit by anyone else.
And
Karis was there.
and is it
And who first saw me? Who first talked to me? Who first
the
made contact?
and
I guess
our
that's-
journey would be less, you know,
Whimsical.
colorful. Because music is just the color of silence.
Where the hell is this coming from, Sir Karis? Mr. Nice Guy all of a sudden. You shagged one broad and all of a sudden you're Mr. fucking Rogers. When I tell everybody I've got a bloody curse, it's like, oh, false dragon this, false dragon that. He's not a real dragon. But this fucking bard explodes out of his own goddamn neck, and it's like, oh, it's waterworks hour for everybody. Oh, fuck Ranagar, he's no real dragon. But,
Ranagar.
oh, boo-hoo, no, someone else has
Are
gone
you
cursed, and it's like a big deal. I just
Ranagar.
noticing a little bit. We both got curses. It's like, oh,
Eros
one
is
curse
throwing
is
more
bigger than
food.
the other curse, I guess.
Thomas,
It's
you're
gonna
Eros is throwing more food.
explode.
Yeah,
Karis
Thomas
just
around top of his
starts
head.
Karis just starts laughing. Like,
I gotta save your life like 17 times for you to trust me, but that guy over there almost kills himself, and that's what you're like, oh, you're a true friend now.
Let's
I see
not
how it
forget-
is. It's prejudice is what it is, because I'm a kobold.
You're not a kobold, you're a dragon.
Oh
We
yeah, now he
understand
says
that.
it. Oh, I see.
I've been the
Is
only
that
one
what we
saying it
need?
from the
Big
beginning.
emotional reveals where we get up on a table and we're like, this is my past trauma, everybody. We sing a bloody song about it.
Do you want me to sing a song?
Ranagar.
Because I can.
Oh, I
Stop
bet you
comparing
could. You'd
trauma.
probably blow us all up.
You
I
Ranagar.
prefer you stop singing if I'm being honest.
Well, then stop
Ranagar.
comparing trauma and I'll stop.
Eros
Just-
is going to
You do
So we
remember
get out
the first time that we
everything.
met, right?
Yeah,
sorry,
I
what'd you say,
dug
Brett?
you out of the ground like a
Yeah,
good
it-
Samaritan.
Hey, I
And
Yeah.
I was there.
You also called me ugly.
Yeah, well, you are.
he's not ugly.
You're beautiful
What were
on
you
the
saying-
inside, just like
what were you-
everybody else. Oh,
what
you
were you saying,
morons are
Euros?
ugly.
Yeah.
Eros has since walked away. Probably out
Dom
of the
left a
room
little
at
while
this
ago
point.
too.
Yeah.
Eros would have left the pack, but
Actually, Dom is very quiet.
Hello.
Like, perhaps we should head off. We have a journey ahead
I
of
was
us.
getting ready to say
Yeah.
we need to get going. We can talk on the road. And can we talk more on the road, Garrus?
Of course.
I want to see if you could see more. Maybe I could help somehow.
He kind of pauses, but nods and
I don't.
I will do what I can.
I don't want to cause any more trouble, but if you could see anything.
Trust me, I want to understand, but the images are very
Tangled up.
troubling.
Like
will
Instead
tell
of
you-
thinking me bleeding out on the floor, think of it just as like cotton candy coming out my throat.
You were not the only one that I saw get murdered.
I figured, but I mean, you could just think of all of them.
Yeah,
The logistics of creating
we will-
cotton candy in a fantasy universe would be like ridiculous.
I love that idea though. I'm like,
Sugar exists.
It'd be
Yeah,
like-
how does
it'd
the
be
cotton
like a
candies-
set of that- You'd need like 17 artificers to give up their entire careers just to figure out how to spin fucking.
I
This
thought
is-
in Waterdeep, there's probably cotton candy.
This is canon now, Renigar. It was 17 artificers, but they figured out how to make cotton candy.
Dedicated their whole careers.
They
just
got
like,
their whole
I'm
lives.
gonna give up on my family. We're gonna sugar into a fluffy cloud. So help me God.
Oh my god! Wait, no. Rhaegar made them. Rhaegar the tyrant made them give up their careers.
I would
to
love
make
for
their
him to
cotton
have been
candy.
responsible for cotton candy. He's like, you gotta take 17 artificers and make them give up on their entire lives. You really gotta.
It was
I don't
a
think you
torture.
understand the sort of stress you got to put them under for them to create the idea that you can spin sugar into a cloud.
I
have
like
no
the
idea
idea
what
they
you're
were actually.
referencing here.
They were
It's actually probably more traumatic than blood.
So,
I think cotton candy's painless. You have no idea.
Let's follow Dominic.
oh man, all right.
Hit the road, Jack.
So you guys head out, get your cart and your donkey,
Yay,
Ah,
the
yes.
donkey.
Road.
and head out of Vallaki through the town gates towards your meeting with Greyfang. Ah, we have a buy around. Everybody take a drink right at the end.
Huzzah!
Eros is going to try to just curl up in a corner on the cart and sleep.
Oh, Ranagar heals you when he walks over. He was gonna do it, but you walked off.
God was originally a little too busy yelling.
Yeah.
That's what Ranagar does. He heals you for 6.
Tries to heal someone. Me gets damaged.
When he does, he
You-
goes,
the
"Oh, I saw what
person
healing
you were
looks like. You
trying to
notice I
heal
didn't
ended up
explode."
healing you.
I didn't expect.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
The person who you tried to heal ended up healing you.
It's all
When
because Andrew-
when Ranagar heals you, he looks over at Nakaris and he does it, and when it's successful, he puts his hands up to his throat and goes, "Ah, a tragic backstory. Now everybody loves me." He goes
Thaumaturgy.
over.
Thaumaturgy make you do the total thing.
Okay, I make you
notes.
smell like shit.
Eros is
Okay. Prestidigitation, it smelled like prestidigitation.
It doesn't-
Okay, I just
Prestidigitation-
keep casting different horrible animal
Prestidigitation,
smells
I don't
on
think
you,
it's
and,
really
Okay.
a magic spell.
Eros
So as
is
they're
just
traveling,
It's
these
a
two
cantrip,
are
I
just-
can go all day.
These two are just
Well,
cantrip
cantrip.
taunting each other back and forth the entire trip.
Yeah.
Just like the full
Well,
like 7 hours. It's just these
Well,
two
that's
back and forth
happening.
trying to prank each other with cantrips.
While that's happening, Eros is just gonna slowly crawl away from them and just lay their head in Sir Karis's lap and just try to go the fuck to sleep.
When Eros does this, like Karis is kind of like, not again, kind of moment, like internally.
Oh.
You're the quiet one.
Yeah.
No,
I'm
Dom
he-
is the quiet
he
one.
just he just kind of like gently puts his just massive hand on Eros's like head and like tries to soothe and like looks down and is like he's like,
The minute that happens.
Oh, everybody also gets a berry.
The minute that happens, Eros is gonna turn over and like literally bury his face in Sir Karis's stomach and just cuddle.
Aww. Hug bear.
That's it.
the hug bear.
That's
The
it. We
hug
did
bear
it.
moment.
Roll credits.
Yep.
Hug bear.
And the houses of Barovia.
So, yeah, as you guys are in the cart, leaving Vallaki, heading back into the wilds of Barovia, that is where we will call tonight's session. Next week we'll pick up with your journey, and then potentially meeting Greyfang, the leader of the werewolves, and leader of a rebellion against the vampires.
It's next week when Jay comes in.
Maybe, yeah, I think so. It'll be that or the week after. So,
Just
thank you everyone so much for joining us. Love you guys so much. Again, thank you for the follows, the bits, the subscriptions, the gifted subs. Y'all are amazing. Next stream is tomorrow at 1 p.m. PST, which will be Baxter's subclass tune-up. And I think my guess will be Words, but we'll see. Otherwise, I'll have to...
we'll figure. No, I'm free, so I don't have anything planned. We'll just have to figure out like what class to do.
Yeah, so you guys can tune in and see what subclass we work on. Like I said, look for news about Baxter's Cellar of Madness challenge, which will be, you know, in playtesting, and then up. The show will be up on YouTube or up here on Twitch. The easiest way to stay up to date with what we're doing on the channel with the Tavern of Tales is to follow join the Discord. All of the announcements and updates get posted there. Again, these are our lovely players, and we adore them, and they absolutely killed it. You guys were amazing tonight. The roleplay was just absolutely on point. You guys just fucking slapped. Yeah. Any closing thoughts from the cast before we tune out for the night?
Renegar now smells like freshly picked cilantro.
I'm just gonna keep going with different flavors of animal shit.
Yeah, I know. And I'll keep cleaning myself off.
I don't-
Suggestion can make a good smell.
I don't think it can.
Yeah,
I can't. It's like a magical smell.
Magic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't.
You can't
I-
prestidigitation away a non-existent. It's not
You
like
can make a
real
different.
shit.
You can make a different smell occur. You
Oh,
can
it's
clean your s-
building. Oh, y'all are just building smell.
Oh God!
Oh no.
It just doesn't get better. It's actually just
Um,
everyone else is
It
sitting there
gets
like, this is the
worse.
worst thing that's ever happened to any of us ever.
That's why Eros has his head buried in Circuit's stomach, is so he doesn't have to smell it.
So Karis smells a little like perfume.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Like
he does.
oozy perfume.
Yeah, like fancy ass nobility perfume.
Yeah.
I would
Regardless,
just like to say that we didn't get into any combat and 2 party members still ended up injured.
Yeah.
I got down
Self-inflicted.
past
Well,
help.
I'm just saying, Karis had a little one-on-one.
You
Oh my-
took me down past half health.
Oh, no.
I got.
It's a nightmare.
I got taken down to half health from explosion.
Do you still need health? Because if you do, and like part of the soothing that Karis would do, he would probably lay on hands you a bit to.
Can we count? Can we count the cart ride as a short rest? I can get.
you can take a short rest at the end of the session here. You can also
Yeah.
level up.
Oh,
yeah.
that's fun.
All right. So with that, thanks you everyone so much for coming out. We will see you guys, well, you know, tomorrow and then next week as we continue on with Houses of Barovia. Thank you guys for making this an awesome stream. It was a fun birthday. I enjoyed it. So with that said, everybody have a good night and see you all next time on